assume for what? Ladies and gentlemen, the American is simple. Time assume for what? This is the relationship segment with my take on relationship. What does the Bible says when it comes to marriage and friendship and whatever? What does the Bible say? What is the Constitution saying? What is the culture of our land it's saying? Ladies and gentlemen, then the Bible ne can power the one country. Then a man can Constitution and then the Bushia can power the country. Ghana for me, where Counselor Lee taught me from every day of your life. You have to get my take on relationship, how to manage your relationship, how to marry well, how to do things the right way in marriage, how to have a child. This is yours truly, Counselor Lee taught. Join me on my YouTube, Counselor Lee taught. Join me on my Facebook Live page, Counselor Lee taught. Join me on my Instagram, Counselor Lee taught. And let's have my take on relationship issues. Should we die in a dying relationship? No. Marriage is not a destination, but a transition. How you make it belongs to you. Join me right now. See ya. Time assume for what? Ladies and gentlemen, the American is simple. Time assume for what? This is the relationship segment with my take on relationship. What does the Bible says when it comes to marriage and friendship and whatever? What does the Bible say? What is the Constitution saying? What is the culture of our land it's saying? Ladies and gentlemen, then the Bible ne can power the one country. Then a man can Constitution and then the Bushia can power the country. Ghana for me, where Counselor Lee taught me from every day of your life. You have to get my take on relationship, how to manage your relationship, how to marry well, how to do things the right way in marriage, how to have a child. This is yours truly, Counselor Lee taught. Join me on my YouTube, Counselor Lee taught. Join me on my Facebook Live page, Counselor Lee taught. Join me on my Instagram, Counselor Lee taught. And let's have my take on relationship issues. Should we die in a dying relationship? No. Marriage is not a destination, but a transition. How you make it belongs to you. Join me right now. See ya. I hope you can hear the sound of what I'm chewing. It's nothing but it's ginger honey chips. Ginger honey chips. Now in the United States of America, everywhere you want, 862-215-2007. You can chew it like this, or better still, put it on your cocoa, rice water, oatmeal. You can put it in your akpatashi, your whiskey, your brandy, anything you want to put it on it. It's so nice, so nice. Nice. Oh my God. Ginger honey chips. 862-215-2007. 862-215-2007. It's your ginger honey chips. Get one for yourself. $10, free to go. Enjoy yourself. Thank you.
Let me welcome all of you to this truest, faithful, punctual event that comes up every time here, and is proudly brought to you by Ginger Honey Chips. 862-215-2007. 862-215-2007. Please share the page immediately. Invite a friend. Hit the like button. Let's go with speed. I want to see our climbing up with speed, and I will give you all that you deserve to have. Once you do it with speed, it will lead all of us to that particular place. Very important. Do you understand? So let's do it together. Let's do it together. Let's do it together. Share it. We're just 12 people. Thank you very much, Facebook. Thank you very much, Facebook, for being there. For me, I'm grateful you came. This is proudly brought to you by Ginger Honey Chips. And very soon, you know the topic of the day. And this is yours truly, Counselor George Lutrot. I'm here as usual. It's 5:30 p.m. in Ghana. And I'm here exactly to start the business with you. 10 minutes of our time for adverts, and we have to leave now. Let's begin to help ourselves by understanding what we are here for. This is called the School of Relationship NMI. So it's a school. But in this school, the class people have the right to ask questions at the right time. So it's like an interview, questions and answers time. Yesterday was great. We had a nice time yesterday with Bell coming through to give us a lot of fact. And thank God that Mr. Bell too came, more or less like a confirmation and a thank you for us to do what we're supposed to do. I'm grateful that you all came yesterday. I'm grateful. Can we hit the like button as I start the lecture for today? The last time I was lecturing, I think I went back to watch my video and there were some errors I have to correct in the traditional marriage dissolution and the form of marriage. There were things that I have to correct today. Nobody asked a question because I think people were not really paying attention to the errors that I did. And I'll correct it today. Very, very important. I like to correct myself when I'm wrong. So let me say a big thank you to all of you who have come to join me. This is proudly brought to you by Ginger Honey Chips. Thank you, Ginger Honey Chips, for helping us move this one. Life after divorce. Life after divorce. How to live happily after divorce. How to continue the life that God gave you after divorce. Most of us have refused divorce because we don't even know the life after divorce, how it's going to be. We don't even have an idea about where to start, how to start. So today I'm going to take you through the process on how to divorce and life after divorce. You have to know how to divorce and the life after divorce. As a matter of fact, the way the divorce goes has a bigger impact on the life you live after it. Not forgetting that if you're leaving the divorce, the type of divorce you go through will also determine the way you are supposed to live this life you're living. So that one is also very essential to all of us. Let's all learn that one as well. The life after divorce is also dependent on the way the divorce goes. How you divorce will determine the life after divorce. And the number of years you live in a marriage has an impact on the divorce you are doing as well. The way you advertise the marriage also has an impact on the way the divorce will go. We've started treating this in 2 weeks now. So it's not about anybody's divorce. It's not about your divorce. It's not about her divorce. It's not about his divorce. It's the school of thoughts that we have to share this particular knowledge with all of you. So please, can we hit the button right now? Share the page. Facebook, you did well the last time. I want to see you doing 124. And I think yesterday they did 227. And I was so excited to have them. Please, can we go? It is chat and interview. Let's do it together. It is chat and interview. So come, and then I'll hook you up quickly, and then we hit it from there. Can we share the page immediately? Share the page immediately. Share the page immediately. We've not even hit the 1,000. We're just about 390 something. Can we do it together right now? 1, 2, go. Share the page. Let's do it together. Let's do it together. Let's do it together. It is a very, very important thing. Let's do it together. Let's do it together. It is our own. It is our own. Let's do it together before all our friends will come and join the link. We'll have a good education. I'm going to start my lecture now, exactly at 10 minutes. I've decided to start my lecture exactly at 10 minutes so that we can have a better entry. Thank you very much, Facebook. Whoever is supposed to be part of our lecture, please just join right now, wherever you are. We are talking about how to move on with your life after divorce. Facebook, how to move on with your life after divorce, whether a husband or a wife. And today I will start from some of the type of divorce. We don't have many type of divorce, but situational or incident that causes divorce. I'm going to bring some to enumerate before you, and we'll learn from it. We've not hit 1,000 yet. Can we hit the like button right now? Can we hit the like button right now? Good evening, Counselor. I trust you and the family are doing well. We are doing very, very well. Queen, thank you so much. Thank you for checking on me. And I'll be very excited to have your take when we start picking audience. so that you join us as well. Thank you very much for your support, Queen, Councillor Queen. I think that's the name. Again, this one is coming from somebody says, "Good evening, Councillor. Thank you very much." And I've seen something. Okay, I've seen something. I want to be sure about it. And okay, good evening, Councillor. Thank you very much. Akosua Shika, thank you very much too for joining. I've seen Akos Sika. Thank you for joining. Thank you very much for joining, Akos Sika. Can we hit the like button and let's move ahead right now? We are too slow. We are not moving very fast because the lecture is starting now. 10 minutes is up and I want to stick to my time. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, let me welcome you. My name is Reverend Councillor George Lutrot, but popularly known as Councillor George Lutrot. And I do this for a living and other things as well. Let me welcome all of you. Thank you very much for coming. Without you, the space will be empty. Class rep, our girls prefect is there, and I've seen you liking the video. Thank you very much. And as for you, you can be invited immediately to the page when you're ready. So when you're ready, just let me know, because you are the class rep, and when there are things that are supposed to go on here, you can do it. So as you keep on sharing and liking and hitting the button, let's go. Those of you on Facebook, can we do justice to this business? This lecture is very important to me, and that is why I will encourage all of you. Efiapa Pebi, hey, is he Efiapa Pebi my own Efiapa Pebi, my host? Host, is he you? If it's you, host, but what thing that we wouldn't want never be, because you hear Pani and didn't come Elha. I'm honored that all of you are coming one after the other. Let's hit the button and let's do the justice. The way we do it every day. Yesterday was good. Yesterday we did so well. Our viewership went up, and at the same time, our like button went up. Hit the like button now before you come with your questions. Please write down your questions, and then let's do it together. Write down your questions. I will take time to answer all your questions. When it's question time, I don't come back here. Let's hit the screen more than I come. Thank you so much. Class rep has given the instruction. Hit the screen, and then she will come at the right time. Thank you very much. You are doing 18 people at 1.8 likes. It means that it's 1 to 1 by 1,000. So each person is 1,000. If the 18 of us will invite other people, immediately we can have a double of that number there. And the question is that if we don't come to hear my lecture from the beginning, we'll drag ourselves back with the questions and the answers. Thank you very much. Good evening and good day to you too, wherever you are. Maggie, thank you very much. Maggie, thank you very much. Maggie, thank you very much. Facebookers, I'm ready to read your messages as well. Let me see. There's no message from Facebook here. Nana Marinchua Ampedu. Thank you, my love. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Can you share the page and invite a friend immediately? Do that. Do it now. Do it now. Nana, do it now. You're good at doing it. You're very good at doing it. Invite people. And the last time a friend said somebody shared the page, and that is how he was able to reorganize the life. Thank you. 30. Can we do that? The 30 people can share for another group of people, and we can move to 60. That's how the magic is. Please come. These are deep talk. These are conversations that all of us must be part of. I am doing the lecture and learning at the same time. But Facebookers, this is not too good. At 30 minutes, you are doing 7 people. No. Can we do something with our numbers right now? Nanama, let's go. Let's share it. And now to the topic for today. If you do 10 each, according to our class rep, if you share live with more than 10 friends, okay, shared live with more than 10 friends, that is what is coming from our class rep. The system says she has shared to more than 10 friends already. So if we all do like our class rep is doing, our girls prefect is doing, then we know what we can do. By this time we are 50K. Go to somebody. Please go and look for Bell. Go and look for Bell, and then look for Bell Wisdom and Bell and Bell's wedding. The husband and wife. They were a serious influence for us yesterday in our lecture. And tell Vic and Efia should know that even though her knees are hurting based on her birth, it shouldn't affect us. I'm looking for help. Oh, Bell. Yes, look for Bell. Please look for Bell. Bell is a good product as compared to the rest of us. We are all good products as well. So look for Bell, look for Vic, and look for AC, and I fear my wholehearted wife that we are just in the making. I think that most of the latest by November 17th, we've done something to ourselves. And this is coming from somebody says, I love your glasses. Thank you so much. Miriam, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Edumatawa. Thank you very much for loving my glasses. Thank you so much. The sharing. All right. So then I have to start. I really want to start so that I don't eat all the time. I am trying to manage to stick to 2 hours. The 3 hours is becoming very long, not for me talking, but for my posting on YouTube. Okay. Edu Chunwa. Thank you so much. Edu Chunwa. All right. So it's Edu Chunwa. Thank you. You're looking good. Oh. When you say I look good, I feel very happy. Well, how do I look good? Victoria, thank you very much. Thank you so much. And Victoria, please share. Hit the like button and let's go, Victoria. Okay, so let's start a conversation. The conversation today is how to move on with your life after divorce. And this conversation has been back and forth because the decision to walk out of marriage is not an easy task for people. And so when you see people contemplating whether to live or not to live, the excuses for not living are many. Many excuses why many have decided not to go through divorce. Some have divorced, and after divorce, they have regretted. The regret is not because of the divorce, that they didn't divorce early. Thank you so much, Facebook. So our conversation today is the process on how to divorce and life after divorce. What life should one live after divorce? And in our conversation, one of the things that you have not seen or heard from me is some factors that makes divorce a challenge for people. So one can divorce through these ones I'm going to mention. What is divorce? Once again, I have to always come to give you the definition of divorce. If you have your own definition, you can type it there and I'll read. But what is divorce? Divorce is the legal dissolution of marriage by a competent court of jurisdiction or a family that has the right over the marriage. So divorce can be done through the court or through the family, which means divorce can go through by civil means or by traditional means or by Mohammedan means. In Ghana, under the Camp 127, we have 3 forms of marriages. We have the Mohammedan marriage, we have the civil marriage, and we have the customary marriage. And I spoke well about the customary marriage the last time. And I said, I promised that I'll take you through the procedure of how to dissolve the civil marriage in court. What should be the procedure? But let me just do some corrections in what I did the last time on the traditional marriage. I listened to myself later on YouTube and I realized that I said that the man's family cannot eat in front of the woman's family in the house. That was an error. If you're listening to me, that is what I said. But the correct one is that the lady's family cannot eat in the presence of the man's family. So during the engagement ceremony, the lady's family cannot eat in the presence of the man's family. When it comes to sharing of souvenirs, that is given as part of the witnessing of the marriage. The man's people are served first. We serve the woman's family members when the man's family members leave our home. We are not supposed to eat in the presence of our visitors. The souvenirs that we are giving to our visitors are not the same that must be given to those who are in-house. So in that setting, we don't have any division in the man's family. We have the immediate family heads who came to lead the marriage, and then the supporting witnesses. So the higher people who come, their gifts must be different because they are going to announce that they came to marry properly and it has gone through. So we deal with them separately. even though we are all sitting. Then the last group of people we serve are the witnesses. And I said the last time that in the marriage system of the traditional marriage, on the traditional marriage setup, there's nothing called friends of the bride. There's nothing called friends of the groom. There's nothing called church members, family members, or any other thing. It is straight jacketed. Anytime you see it, it is nothing but one. It is the woman's family and the man's family. So if you follow the man and you come and you are from a church, you are a family member. So we are serving, we serve everybody the same way. We are able to give numbers. So people are coming for the traditional marriage from the man's side and including the woman's side. The woman's side, we don't give numbers because they are in their home setting and going to receive the marriage. But for the man's side, we give numbers for them to attend. So my mistake was that I said the man's family cannot eat in the presence of the woman's family. Rather, the woman's family cannot eat in the presence of the man's family. I also said we are supposed to give them gift, the woman's family gift, to go and announce the marriage. That one too was an error. It was a slip of tongue. We are supposed to give gifts to the man's family to go and announce that they will receive and the marriage has been contracted. When the marriage is done, the woman doesn't follow them to the house. The woman is taken later to go and show the family that came to marry. Ideally, in those days, when they finish the marriage, the woman follows them with two aunties to go and hand them over to the family that sent. So the family is sitting in the man's house waiting that the bride will come. But now we've changed everything, modernization. We're having some parties. We see engagement parties. So we finish the marriage, and then in the same house, all of a sudden we see both men and women. They have laid them a table in the presence of their enemies. They are eating together. Traditionally, that is not how it's supposed to be. What is supposed to be is that the man's family will eat when they live, and we close our door. We sit down anyhow we want, and we eat with our daughter, and then we are able to share whatever we are supposed to share with them. And that is what it is. Last week when I was teaching, I think that this is a question that I have to deal with. See, I don't understand that. Why can't the woman's family eat at the same time their guests are eating? We are hosting them, and we are in our house. There's a way we eat. We sit on the floor and we eat our point and our bankum. But we have visitors that we cannot dine with them, but we need to present them with the precious things we have in our homes. So we try as much as we can serve them when they are comfortable before we will eat. So we can eat in their presence. It is not done. That is what the tradition says. The reason why it's not done is because they say we are in our house and we have a way we eat. So let's serve the visitors. Now they've changed it to buffet. We eat together and all those communities. I mean, it's not easy. A lot of modernization is going on. And someone will say culture is dynamic, but the originality of the culture dynamics must be, we have to build the dynamism of the culture from the pivot and the originality of what it means. I know most of us don't understand what it is, but that is what it is. So these are the corrections I wanted to bring. And I said it again, which was not a mistake, but let me wrap that one up, that in the traditional marriage dissolution, when a drink is taken, the man cannot take a drink, the woman cannot take a drink. The drink must be taken by the family of any of the spouses who have decided to ask for divorce. A man can ask for divorce, a woman can ask for divorce. Reasons for divorce usually cannot be given, but it has to be stated and be discussed by the two families, not by the couple. So the couple cannot fight and one will carry drink and go and live in there. Anytime you go to your in-laws' house to go and leave a drink, it shows that your family has disrespected the family of your spouse that you did. And when you go and drop a drink, a schnapp or castle bridge in the house of your spouses, whoever you want to live, whether it's a man, you left it, or a woman, you left it in traditional marriage, the fact that you took the drink to them doesn't mean the marriage has been dissolved. Until the drink is open and shared, the marriage has not been divorced. And we learned that when you're dissolving and there are children in it, you have to really take it beyond the family and let it go into the circles of governance under the child right, so that the state of the children are taken care of, so that there should be child support, the fees should be paid, rent should be paid, and utilities must be paid. So when you divorce a woman, under the structure we have right now in the whole world, you're supposed to provide shelter for them, no matter what happens. It's only when the woman decides to go and marry again, that is where the children will follow the woman to the house, because it is the female or the woman that the children will regularly follow. If you meet a man who children are following, there's a lot of question mark on them for you to marry them. So there are different reasons. There are some that it is justified because the divorce we are talking about never occurred because they had the two of them had an irreparable differences. Some will go through divorce through the demise of their spouse, or death could cause them to lose their spouse. So the type of divorce you are experiencing right now is dependent on what happened. Some lost their wives during delivery, my condolences. Some lost their husband through vehicular accident. Some lost their husband through sickness. Some lost them, so that you are divorced after marriage. Immediately you become a widow. A widow is a divorcee. A widower is a divorcee. So when we're talking about circumstances that leads to divorce, it's not just about irreparable misunderstanding or quarrels or abuse. Some have become divorcees and widows. So you're either a widow, and that is why you're a divorcee, or nothing. So either you became a divorcee as a result of whatever happened, but the circumstances that at times bring people to divorce to is the death of their spouse. So when you lose your husband, you can also go through divorce, because for the rules that governs marriage in the 7 steps of the law that we exchange the vows, it says, "And till death do us apart." Until death do us apart. So death is what can separate the two of us. So this is death. So once you die, the story ends up that they remove the 2 rings. If it's a civil marriage, the 2 rings are removed from your hands. And there are times that is very tricky. People don't know. The rings are supposed to be removed before the burial of the man. So immediately the man dies at the hospital, the rings are removed. When they are removed, they are not given to the woman. So the woman keeps wearing her own, but the family will keep the man's own. And then on the day when the man is going to be buried, the woman's own is removed around the casket and then is added to the man's own. All right. Then a prayer or libation is poured. When it is done, the rings are handed over back to the woman, either as a souvenir. She wants to sell them and use the ring, melt it for a necklace. She's not supposed to keep them. She can decide to keep them for souvenir in the bottle. But usually, whatever they use it for is nobody's business. But it signifies that the marriage has been dissolved. If your husband is buried and you are still wearing the ring, it is wrong, because you are no more married. So your ring, some people, their husband died 15 years ago, they are still wearing their rings. No, whoever officiated the funeral didn't know the rules. Once you are a widow, the rings must be removed from your finger. If you're a widower, the rings must be removed from your finger. We don't take off the ring after the widowhood rite. You don't have to go through your widowhood rite with the ring. The ring is taken off. And widowhood rite is nothing. It's just a process of observing 9 months if the woman who was with her son was pregnant. That is why men don't really do widowhood rites. They don't do it. At best, biblically, men are given 7 days of observing the loss of their wives. Women are given 9 months, so that in case we want to see, once you are sleeping with your husband on the same bed, you could have taken seed, so that the family can do justice to the naming ceremony before we allow you to go ahead and have another man again in your life. So you don't carry a child to another man to name. So widowhood rite is nothing but an observation to see whether the woman has been put in the family way before the demise of our son. Men don't get pregnant, so usually we don't take them through the scrutinization of this process. It is not a ritual. It can be done in any way. Once we observe, we say, okay, now we want to release you to the market. And what the process is to announce to the public that former Mrs. Lutrot is no more Mrs. Lutrot and has been cleared by the family of the Lutrot, that any man that is interested now can go to their family and go and marry. Unfortunately, because we have children with her, we are taking her and the children and protecting her, but she is not our own anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying? So widowhood right is not fetish. It is just meant to clear the air for you. Some say, is it necessary for you to go through? Yes, it is. Because until we clear you Death automatically doesn't separate you like the family rules. So we need to officially separate you and let everybody know you are separated. It's like the way Depot is done to announce the freedom of the girls who are at puberty. That now they have gone through puberty, right? And they are ready to be married. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah. So it is not a ritual. And yeah, bonnet and then. They are supposed to be in the black mourning cloth. Yes, the black mourning cloth, because traditionally we use black for mourning. We want you to mourn your husband in black. And the mourning state is just to show pregnancy. It is not about pregnancy test. It's about the protruding of your stomach. And we believe that through that process, you also taking the opportunity to mourn the man that you were living with. Every dead person must be mourned, and it is mourning is part of our lives. I know very soon modernization will take the 9 months to 1 year widowhood right from our people. And when they take it from us, we'll not understand it, but we'll go ahead. There are spiritual implications that today I don't want to dive into spiritual implications here. Keep your questions coming and I'll solve it for you. Okay. In my case, do I have to remarry the 3 women? Okay, what's the question? I don't understand that. Why can't the woman's family eat at the same time? Then he comes again and says, in my case, do I have to divorce the 3 women? Well, I think when we open, you come and explain this to me. So take note, Raymond will come and give us the reality of the thing. So Raymond will open you very, very soon. I mean, just hit the thing. We are just doing 5K. This is not us. The us we know by this time we are doing 10K. So let me just hit you again. Say hit the like button quickly with the speed and let's do our 10K. So I've explained that to you. Today I'm dealing with a civil marriage. So what is a civil marriage? Civil marriage is the type of marriage that is one man, one wife under the law. Remember, the traditional marriage or the customary marriage is a polygamous marriage. So when your husband marries you under the tradition, he can marry more than one woman, and it is accepted. As a matter of fact, the tradition demands that you are compensated for coming first, and the second woman who comes is coming to serve your husband through your tutorials. So the rival, you see, when we say people are your rivals, she is arriving late. That is why she's your rival. So you are marrying the same man, but you are the head of the marriage. So you are head in the marriage. That's a polygamous marriage. And polygamy is the most peaceful marriage ever contracted in the history of marriages. A man's life is expanded under polygamous relationship. That is the whole topic that I have to retreat again here for you to understand. The polygamy is not a man having more wives, but it is that every woman will have a husband. Keep that statement. Polygamy is not a man having more than one wife, but it's that every woman will have a husband. So that is what we call the tradition. But in the civil marriage, where we are doing I do take you, where the 7 whole steps of vows are exchanged, in that particular form of marriage, it is one man, one wife. Especially under the law in Ghana, what we all know is that no one can marry, no one in our country can marry twice. Nobody can marry 2 times. So I tried my best to understand what the law meant by saying that nobody can marry 2 times. And the law made it clear for us to understand that the law expects one marriage. So if you're going to marry under the civil law, the only thing you need to do is to go and register the marriage and take the certificate of an intent and do declaration of bonds for 21 days under the law. You are given 3 copies of this certificate. One is pasted at the center of registry. So you are not supposed to go far from where you live. So you live in Teshi, you go to Lekma. You live in Tema, you go to TMA. So the jurisdiction must not be far from where you want to marry. So you cannot go and take the clearance from Accra and come and marry in Tema. It is not accepted by law. So your jurisdiction is very important. So the district assembly, where they have slated as the marriage office, with a marriage officer who has the register of declaration of intent, will give you 3 copies. One is pasted at the center where you came to prove your singleness and the reason why you have an intent to get married. Nobody must come to register marriage while you are married already. So you don't come there and a traditional marriage. When you come there and you have done customary marriage, what you call engagement, the law says immediately you pick the four and you feel you are single. Should I repeat? In the laws of marriages in Ghana, civil marriages, the law is that nobody can marry twice. So when you come there with an engagement ring, that you just finish your engagement and you want to come and do wedding, what you know is a wedding, the law is straight on it. They will not see you as married people. You are seen as single people. I hope this sinks well. So the engagements you do, the government doesn't care about it. It's none of the business of the government. The government doesn't care about whether you got married last week or not. Because under the laws of the government, you cannot come to them married. The laws that govern civil marriages that marry people who are single. The laws that prevent people from not marrying is that they are not single. Because when they are not single, you can't marry them because it's the law of bigamy. Number two, they have to be above 18. So these are the two laws. The third one is that they have to be sane. So we don't marry people who are not sane, people who are not above 18, and people who are not single. So these three stages are what you are required in the form to fill. So once you walk in there and you are sane, and then you are single, and you are 18 plus, why not? The law allows you to be married. You answer the questions, fill the form, and you are given 3 declaration certificates. One pasted at the center, one given to you to be pasted at you, the person you are coming to marry. Which group do you belong to? There's a group you belong to. Some belong to churches. Some belong to some religious group. You give notification through the certificate so they can keep announcing for the 21 days. Now, after 21 days clearance, if nobody pulls any injunction on the marriage, then clearance is given for you to be entered into our marriage register. So we don't ask you, have you done your traditional marriage? No. Have you done engagement? No. You come to us and there's a ring on your finger, and we believe that your marriage ring must be empty. It has to be empty on the day of declaring the intent. So if you walk to the marriage office and there's a ring on your finger, the marriage officer who is going to register your marriage will have the tenant to ask that, what, there's a ring on your finger? Is there anything going on? So you walk there empty. You're not supposed to have a ring on your finger. Now, number two, you don't walk there and go and say, we just finished our traditional marriage, so we are here to sign. No. If you go to the law courts to sign after your traditional marriage, then you are coming in to register the traditional marriage. It is not called civil marriage. I hope people are understanding this one. People go and register traditional marriage. So there's a young lady who I had a case with, and when she was going through divorce, she came to America, and her man was in Ghana, and she's become a big woman here, and she wants to end that thing that the two of them started far back there, which was a traditional marriage. And they went to court to register. So I asked her, do you have a copy of your certificate? And she said yes. So I said, what is the color? She can't remember, but she was able to give me the detail. When I went into the system, it was not civil marriage registration. She didn't know. It was a traditional marriage registration. Do you get a picture here? So you can register the traditional marriage under the PNC law 111. So that's what she did. So she was not a Mrs., but she was walking and calling herself Mrs. You cannot address yourself as Mrs. Kobe whilst you have not gazetted after civil marriage. You are only addressed MRS because you are married under the civil law and you have gazetted it after the marriage. So when you don't gazette it, you cannot write Mrs. Lutros. It is not an automatic change. You can have your wedding, and the day you have a problem and you go to court, you will not be found because you've not gazetted it. You'll be asked to bring document, but if you've gazetted it, It is easy for you to be found in the book of gazettation. If you can remember your date and your number. Unfortunately for me, if you go to there's a book in the register general department. If you pick that month or that year of gazettation, you can find out that my wife has been gazetted in the book. And I was shocked when I found it the last time. Her name is there. When you go and gazette, you are giving 4 copies. So you can do a change of any other document you want to change. And the law says that you can still maintain any other documents under your name. However, you let them know that this new name too is me. So you swear affidavit, and then your gazettation goes through. So this is what a civil marriage is all about. You declare 21 days, and then you come back. And that is where the exchange of vows and the traditional vows are recited. I do take you. So then you mention your name. George Cyril Castison Kobe Samuel Christopher Lutot. What a name. Sweet name. So you mention your full name. Then take D. Efia Papebi Wilson Boko Benkum to be my wedded wife or to be my wedded husband. It is a legal statement. That is why it has to be said in the presence of a judge who has been appointed by the state, gazetted to receive marriages. The same way, it can also be said at the presence of a reverend minister who has been gazetted, practicing the marriage in a licensed facility. So these vows under the law, after declaring 21 days, any day you choose to marry, it cannot be said, 1, at a beach, a drinking bar, a sports, a hotel. None of these places have been licensed by the state, and the man who is gazetted can walk in there with a register, because the thing is that the register must be at the premises of the license. Why? Once we are filling the register for you, it is filled the day, and when you sign, before the marriage officer will stamp it, who is the gazetted man of God, the time of signing must be written on the certificate before the stamp of the church, that is license, is accepted. Hear this very well. So civil marriage cannot be contracted just anyhow. So if you are saying that my marriage is registered today, check if it was traditionally registered or civil, and the civil registration can only happen either you go to the license office of AFA to go and do it after 21 days declaration, or do it in a church that the church is licensed for marriage, and then the man of God is gazetted and he leads you to the vows. No man of God mentions your name. So they start, then you mention your name. Take D. There's nothing like do take D. It's take D. It's a legal term. Then you mention the woman or the man's name. To be mine. The first thing we have to do when you declare intent. I, George Lutot. Do you have any unlawful reason why the two of you shall not be put together as husband and wife? If you have, say or forever hold your peace. It is a declaration of intent when you come and stand there. That's the civil marriage. Now, doing the thing that we continue to have and to hold from this day forward. Now watch it here. For better. There is no end. The mistake most of you are doing is that for better, comma, for worse, comma, for richer, comma, for poorer, comma, in sickness. The last one is and in health. To love, to cherish. Now hear the last part. Till death do us apart. Till death do us apart. These 7 steps are legal terms that nobody can narrate their own except this. The law specifically says that for the sanity and the clarity of the vow, exchanging of the vow, the individual exchanging the vow must not cover their face with a veil. But most of us in our churches, unfortunately for us, because of the kissing, we allow the people to say the vows with the face of the woman covered. It's illegal. I'll answer that for you. It's illegal. I'll answer all your questions when I come. So once we hit the question time, I move on. It's illegal. Because how are you exchanging vows with a lady that you're not sure she's the one you're doing? Yes, you can say that, or you can see her face through the veil that she's the one, but you are supposed to unveil the woman. The woman must be unveiled so you can pay her bride price. So the original arrangement was when the bride marches to the auditorium, and then it is asked, who gives this woman's hand in marriage? All those ones are not part of the legal laws of marriage. But it is believed that we want to add some things, especially the church place. Because when you go to AMA or TMA, nobody comes to ask the question this. No. The parents are actually not very, very needed in the place. If they are witnesses, they are only invited to come and sign their portions. The 4 witnesses are the registered Bible. So hear this one. When a woman walks into the auditorium, because we have a lot of additions we are doing, our praise and worship, our whatever song ministration, we have added a lot of additions to a game. But the legal parts under the law must not be distracted by anything. Nobody is taking us to court. That's why we are still performing it the way we are doing. But the woman, when comes up, and they are supposed to be at an elevated place where the crowd of witnesses, we call them crowd of witnesses, will see the exchange. It should be audibly clear in terms of narration. Now, no man of God is supposed to ask, does anybody have anything to say why this couple, this man and wife here, will not be put together as husband and wife? If you have anything to say it now or forever hold your peace. The law is that these statements are made within the 21 days of declaration. So immediately the 21 days passes and anybody does such a thing, they have brought a breach to your marriage and you can sue them for obstruction. Because you can't put an injunction on anybody's marriage. Except when they declare the intent, you go and stop the marriage. But whilst it's happening at AMA, have you had anybody gone to AMA to stop marriage before? You can't do it. Because you observe the 21 days. Yes, there are people who don't do 21 days. And they forge the date for them. You look at your paper. The date you say you married and the date you wrote is not correct because somebody forged and calculated the 21 days for you. You will not know you have a bad marriage certificate until it is needed for a legal transaction. Yeah. When an issue occurs and they need a marriage register, and that is why you go back and realize that my certificate is not in the system. It is not an original certificate. I just did something to represent something. It is fake. And by then, it will be too late for you. After 30 years of marriage, you don't know that your certificate was invalid. You've not gazetted it as well. So your husband dies and you are asked to go and bring obituary. No way. If I die today, my wife will not be requested to bring obituary. Because she has what we call that particular form of gazettation. She only picks it up to go and do the LA. She doesn't need a family member. She's the full custodian of the 50-50% of the marriage under the civil marriage law. So the exchange of the vows, immediately the woman comes, we are supposed to unveil the woman and ask the man, please check if the woman you are about to exchange the vows with is the one you intended to marry. So the unveiling of the woman is not done after the vows. It's supposed to be done before the vows are exchanged. In some jurisdiction, they don't even veil at all. There's no veil at all. Because the original reason for the veil that came up was because of virginity, a sign of unveiling and breaking the virginity. That was what it meant for. The veil was meant for. Don't ask me, what if you had sex with a woman already? That one nobody knows. What if you have a child with the best? The Lord doesn't care about that. As a matter of fact, the law doesn't recognize a veil. The law is rather against a veil, because nobody should be exchanging vows under a veil. Hey, errors. Too many errors. I can imagine how you're feeling. But we do it. The pastors are, and the funny thing about all of us is that we are just waiting for the man to remove the veil and kiss the woman. When you finish exchanging the vow and you move the veil and it's not Joanna, but it's Charlotte, what will you do? You have deceived a public officer. But we assume that we should understand that it's part of the game. These are some of the negative modernization. I know very soon we'll correct the errors. Yeah, and this is an employment that usually when any church wants to contract marriage, they are supposed to send a marriage officer to come and inspect. And they charge for you to pay for their services. Most people marry in a church and they don't pay anything. But when they go to AMA, TMA, KMA, they pay. LECMA, they pay. You pay. You can't marry there and leave there like that. You pay for it. And if you look at the time that marriages are contracted at AMA, TMA, oh my God. A maximum 15 to 20 minutes, they finish exchanging the vow, because the most important thing is this 7 whole steps of the vows. But a church will take 3 hours. Praise and worship, dancing time, offering time, whatever. All those regalias and those things, legally, they are not recognized. So the civil marriage is contracted when they exchange the vows, when the veil is not on the face of the woman. Unfortunately, we don't do it that way. Kissing the bride is not legal. When you don't kiss your bride, it doesn't mean that you have not officially contracted the marriage. Because when the judge is sitting in any of the centers, they don't ask you to kiss your bride. Praying for the bride is none of the legal things, because the church doesn't have marriage. So you go to AMA, TMA, and a couple are getting married. The judge doesn't have time for you to say, want to pray over the rings. For what? There's nothing like that. There's nothing like pray over the ring. No. Why are the rings? Because there are 3 things that are expected for us to use as pivot for the marriage. 1 is the consent. 2 is the exchange of the ring. 3 is the consummation. These are the things that the law is looking at. What do you have to symbolize this exchange of vows? The ring of bigamy and the wedding ring. The man's ring is called the ring of bigamy because it is a sign to show that you cannot have any other woman registered again under this marriage law. So we are wearing the signal so that nobody, so as a point in time, you can see your husband when he's not wearing his ring. That is another topic for another day. I can just imagine how people are getting more confused. So it means your marriage is even an error. But what we do is a happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Then we're all happy for you. You don't know. You don't know. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. Yes, most people who marry at AMA, TMA, and other places, they don't have the walking to the aisles as compared to those who are married in churches and other places. They are those who have the chance to walk to the aisle. And it's nice when your veil is with a trail, you know, the trail of his robe. I mean, the church has a lot of additions. With 17, the bridesmaids are illegal. The best man is part of the wedding, but is not seen in any part of the legal books. I went to a church that after 4 people signed, the man of God insisted that the best man must sign, the bridesmaid must sign. And I was quiet because it's not my church, but it was illegal. The best man and the bridegroom, they don't have anything to do on the marriage register. There are only 4 people who are witnesses, an officiating minister, whose name must be at the officiating minister and stamp. When I'm doing weddings in my church, I don't sign and stamp because my general overseer is the one who will sign and stamp. In his absence, because I've been gazetted, I also sign and stamp. So when this is done, based on where you choose to marry, and most of you who want to marry at where you can go where you do your reception, it's none of the business. It's none of the business of the law. So watch it here. Even Jesus Christ, and I'll blow your mind. I'll blow your mind because the wedding at Cana, where Jesus Christ was, you know they say, and Jesus Christ performed his first miracle at the wedding at Cana. If you take your time carefully and read that scripture, the wedding happened. The exchange of vow happened at the court. It was after the exchange that the mother of Jesus was invited to the reception, and he invited the son to come and join him at the reception. Unfortunately, when Mary invited the son that there is a wedding feast, is a gathering, pass through in the book of John chapter 1 verse 1 to 11. Jesus came to break the crowd, and that's why he has to provide the wine, because he brought the shortage of the wine. Because there was a leader of the banquet who counted the head of the people who were coming for the reception. So Mary left one seat for the son Jesus, but Jesus was working with crowd. So when they came with the crowd, they brought the shortage of the wine. So when he said, what do I have to do with this? And the mother explained to him, you are here, you are the reason why there's shortage of wine, that he provided another wine. Let me encourage all of you that you can have divorce in your mind because you have uninvited guests. There are times you invite one person and they come with 3 people. Your mother is coming for a weekend and he comes with your other junior cousins that he wants to come with them. So uninvited guests can bring shortage of joy at home. That is a preaching message that one day when you are getting married and you invite me, I'll preach this message at your wedding ceremony. It's a deep message. Jesus was the one who came to bring the addition and the shortage of wine. Even though he provided the sweetest wine, he caused the shortage because he was an uninvited guest with his people. Jesus didn't go to where they were exchanging the vows. He attended the reception because the church has nothing to do with the exchange of vows. But because he says, give what is Caesar to Caesar and what is God to God, that is why we have given ourselves the right that the church can be regulated when it comes to marriage and funerals. So we are gazetted to bury, gazetted to also officiate marriages. Just that we've added too much to it. And we've added too many lies to it. There is no portion of the law in Cap 127, especially in Ghana, that says that when a woman is pregnant, you shouldn't construct their wedding. It's not true. People go to MA with their tummy falling out and they go and marry. And the law doesn't stop them. There's no law that when you're pregnant, they shouldn't marry you. There's no law that when you're born one, they shouldn't marry you. The only things I told you are simple. You can't marry twice. So if you come to the place already married and somebody raised any injunction on your marriage within the 21 days, they will hold it on for investigation to be done. Clearance is done, and then we marry you. That's what is done. But the church can put you on a black chair because you're pregnant. As a matter of fact, there is no law that gives anybody right to ask for pregnancy test. It's illegal. HIV test, illegal. Potency test, illegal. Any request that is done, medical request done by a pastor, by a counselor, not through a medical officer, is illegal. Some churches will request that you go and do an HIV test and bring the results to them. No, no, no. There's no law like that. There's no law like that. No law. So when we are marrying under the law, there are too many things we need to learn. The church doesn't have marriage. So there's nothing called church marriage. You only use the premises of the church for the marriage. The prayer of the priest doesn't add anything to your marriage. Doesn't change anything. However, because that is your core belief, by faith, freedom of worship, the Lord gives you the right that the court of the courts of worship of the people you believe in, we should give them mandates to work on behalf of the government. I don't know if you get me. So when you're getting married, whatever we do for you in the church, we are doing service for the government, because the marriage register is a value book that we account for. We buy it, we pay for it. There are too many irregularities, too many illegal moves that the church is using, as it were, to prevent divorce. But unfortunately, they say what the Lord has put together, let no man put asunder. Unfortunately for us, what the law has put together, a judge can put asunder. That is why I can divorce my wife, because my marriage was not put together by the Lord. It was put together by the law. Whew. The term white wedding came because we adopted the practice from our colonial masters. It was done by the whites. It is no more a white wedding because the blacks are also getting married. Like the White House that Obama came and changed the rudiment of it becoming the White House. It's not because of the paint, but it was a seed of government meant for the whites until the black guy, Obama Barack, came in there and changed the narrative. It was a particular ceremony for just the whites. Then our own was the traditional one. And when we enacted the law of Cap 127, we began practicing what the whites were doing. So they call it white wedding. They are gowns, brown gowns. I've seen a black gown. I swear, there's a program my wife likes to watch, Say Yes to the Dress. I saw a black wedding gown. So the color of your gown doesn't mean anything. Those who brought the white wedding, those who brought the wedding, added a gown to it because you need to wear a gown for the marriage. It's supposed to be a gown. Now the funny thing is that in Ghana they are doing kente gown, whatever. They are designing a lot of it. God is creativity. I'm not against it. But let's understand what the law says. So you've seen a lot of the illegalities that we're doing. Now, when the vows are exchanged, which I read to you, remember, there is no end. Richer and poorer. There's nothing like that. It's comma. It means that any of the states, when it comes, it gives you the right to divorce. When there's too much money, you can divorce. When the poverty is too much, you can divorce. In sickness and in health, you can divorce. Death do us apart. Not till death do us. No, death do us. So that is why you can't wear a wedding ring after the death of your husband. You see, I said it from the beginning. Immediately you lose your spouse. After the burial service, which is also done by a gazetted minister. Unfortunately for me, I attend all funerals, state funerals by invitation because I'm gazetted to bury. Because marriage and death ceremony is a legal practice in Ghana. That is why you can't bury anybody without a death certificate. So the protocol where the priest goes to bury, the priest must come to announce to the family here that the body has been buried. and they accept it before they continue the funeral rite. It's a legal movement. I see a child here. I know most of you know it already, but some of us don't know. And we've gone to learn to come and teach you. Please hit the like buttons. And let's go up to 20K. You are doing well, 63. Facebook, you are not going the way you're supposed to go. I'm a Bentel. Eunice Yeboah. Nana Marinchua. Can we share the page and let's learn? We are learning. Because when these things are not done well, it brings its ugly head during your divorce. People have gone to check their marriages, and unfortunately, it is not in any book. And I'll tell you why. So immediately we exchange the vows. What we are supposed to do is to go and sign the certificate. When we finish the exchange of vows, we are not still husband and wife. So we can't kiss. There are 3 steps in a civil marriage. The first one is the declaration of intent. The second one is the exchange of vows. And the third one is the signing of the certificate. These 3 steps must be followed. So declare the intent. I, yes, have no lawful impediment. Why I, George Luttrot, should not be joined together with Mantel Kobe as my wedded wife. The woman says it's called declaration of intent. Then the judge or the minister gazetted says, since the 2 of you have declared your intent, and listen to me, the declaration of intent has been there for 21 days. So it's not just that day. So the first one is the declaration. The second one is the exchange of vows. And the third one, exchange of vows, and then the rings. So this exchange of vows is what we call the ring. So we've done it. We've exchanged vows, we've exchanged rings. Then we sign the certificate, the 4th stage. When these things are done, now they are husband and wife. If you want them to kiss even their feet, they have the right to kiss each other because now they are husband and wife. And you are supposed to present them to the public as husband and wife. Look at the next error. We allow the best man to announce the husband and wife. It is wrong. The minister in charge who led them to go and sign the certificate comes out and announce by law, by the virtue by the virtue of the states invested in me, I, Reverend Councillor George Luttrot, being gazetted by the State of the Republic of Ghana, representing the marriage officer, I declare you husband and wife. Congregation, may I present to you the new bride at this time, 11:21 a.m. Mr. George Kwesi and Gloria George Kwesi. Now watch it here. They are not Mr. and Mrs. She's only addressed Mrs. Right after the marriage, she goes to register. Gazette, sorry. But at the place, marriage is gone. It is not fully sealed. The law says the 3rd state that will give them a solid backing, because within the time, anybody can snatch the woman. Within that time, the last bit that will confirm their 14 days of delay before they are entered into the register is what we call the consummation, sexual intercourse. So when a man finishes wedding and he travels to America without having sex with you, the marriage is not consummated. You are fully not married. How much more when your brother is in America, Asia, Kuwait, Afghanistan, Gaza, and you are standing in for your brother in Ghana, and when they finish their marriage, how do you consummate it to make it a solid marriage? Without consummation, the marriage is not. This is how the marriage is done. Your reception is not a legal thing for us. Once you have done it, the law believes that that day you have the right to consummate it. But majority of that, because of stress, our performance becomes poor, so we move it, but you are supposed to consummate the marriage. When consummation is not established, your right to report to the legal office is accepted. The man I'm married has no penis. Only you have the right to report. So the marriage, which is called a civil marriage, has been contracted. 14 days after the contract, you are now given the right after 14 days to gazette the marriage. It means you are sure. The surety is about the intercourse, the surety is about all the things that happen. Then you go and gazette it. And after 3 weeks, you are given certificate, and after 3 weeks, your gazettation from the High Court comes out. So you can change other documents and add it to your documentation as Mrs. Luttrot. You don't need to wear 2 rings on your finger, because immediately you do the civil marriage, the traditional marriage is nullified. There's nothing called if you are warrior for you again. So you have just 1 ring. This marriage, your Bushman Penny have no right over it. In terms of dissolving it, as compared to the traditional marriage, where you take schnapp, cast a bridge to dissolve it. In this one, you can only dissolve this marriage in the law court. And there's a process. The process is where I want to take you through. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you think where I've spoken up to, I should stop and do the process tomorrow. The process to divorce tomorrow. I will take your word. So I relax and invite people to join me. But at this time, you are Mrs., Mr. and Mrs. under the civil. You are a married couple under the civil law. Your dissolution of the marriage cannot be done by a petition gallo, cannot be done by a bottle of schnapp, cannot be done by 2 families. You can only dissolve this marriage in the law court. You can't dissolve it in church. The pastor cannot be involved. He is not a witness to your divorce. It is the law. And there are things that the law looks out for you to be able to go through divorce. I have spoken about an hour or close to 40 minutes. Too many questions are coming, especially from TikTok. And I think it's high time we open up. Maybe I should leave it here. And I will do divorce proper tomorrow. I think you've been educated. If I was the one watching by this time, the only thing I've been doing for the teacher is this. I'll do this for the teacher. Honestly. Because the teacher deserves it. Honestly. If you do it. You don't believe you should clap for me. Because you ask which book am I reading and tell you this. Somebody says thank you so much. So I think we should pause here. I'm not saying a class for it because they are part of the book who can decide. So that we leave the rest. We have about some 40 minutes. So that, thank you so much. So that we can do divorce tomorrow. Now the process, the road to marry is what I just taught you. How to move on after divorce can be done tomorrow. But how to marry under the civil law, maybe is what I just taught you. So let me take the initiative to rather bring our people on board. So let's start. Let's start quickly. Yes, Girls SP, ladies and gentlemen, shall we, with a clap offering, welcome our Girls SP here. And we are fortunate to have Belle. Belle, are you here? Oh my God. Thank you.
I just joined, so I missed.
Oh. You miss a lot. You have to go back to YouTube. You have to go back to YouTube and watch it and do another program. You need to do a program with all the errors. You need to do what we call the mistakes during marriage. When you go and watch this on YouTube. So please follow me on YouTube. Like I always tell everybody, I am trying my best that after this show, I put on YouTube. But we are here to discuss. I've done a lot of lecture on the roads to marry and the mistakes that we do. We're trying. Our topic today was life after divorce. The difficulty in making decision to divorce. Last time I taught people how to marry in the traditional way. And today I've come to teach you how to marry in the civil way. And I said, like I said earlier on, there are three forms of marriages. We have the Mohammedan marriage, we have the Christian marriage, we have the customary marriage, and we have the civil marriage. We don't have anything called Christian marriage. There's no Christian marriage. We only use the venue of the church to do the marriage ceremony. So ladies and gentlemen, I saw a lot of questions, and class rep, ladies class rep is here. Maybe we'll give her a chance to read. All right, so we have too many questions people want to ask. Can we please go ahead and let's do justice to the questions that they are asking whilst we do what we are supposed to do. So I open it up for you. Any comments on marriages, mistakes that you know they are in marriages? It's unfortunately Bell didn't come in, but Bell will catch up very soon. But the questions I'm going to ask, we will let her. So let's read the questions.
I'm scrolling up to check the questions.
Yeah, there are too many questions that came up earlier on. I answered some of them. I think from in case.
Okay, so one is from P. Fancy. He says, if you divorce, can you still have a relationship with your ex-siblings if you are friends?
Okay, that's a good question to all of us. So like I'm married to Bell, I divorced her, and his friends, the siblings are Abna, Magi, and Nana Sewa. Should I still be friends with them? Well, what do you think? I leave it to you people before I answer. Well, what do you think?
Yes, because they're already your friends, so you can't just cut them off because the marriage is no more.
Okay. Bell.
I think, when you're going through a divorce, I mean, I've never been through one before, but I can.
I like that.
When you're going through it, I think you want as many support, as possible, isn't it? You would need support. Yeah. So I think having your friends and people that actually care and love you around, I think that would be a good thing. Use them for your advantage. So I don't think you should cut them off. I think it might be, you can use them to your advantage. Yeah.
But here's a case where the man you are divorcing, the siblings are those you are talking about. Should you still be in contact with the siblings? That's what they're asking.
Oh, the siblings?
Yes, your sister-in-laws. As you are divorcing their brother, should they still be around you? That's the question.
Oh, okay. If I have a child with the man, then I don't think I will cut them off completely. I'll probably distance myself, or maybe through the divorce, I would need time to, process everything. But once I'm, in the early stages, that's what I would do anyway.
And when the marriage is over?
Yes, when the marriage is over, it will be high sort of thing.
Why?
It will be a high sort of.
Why?
I mean, I don't know, but I think. Why?
Yeah. What have they done?
I don't know why, but I think that I would know. But then again, even right now, I'm not so close to, my sister-in-laws and I'm not really close with them. So if I was to divorce or there was to be a divorce, I think I'll keep the same energy. That's it.
Wow. So you don't think you should cut ties with them?
Oh, I wouldn't cut ties completely. No, I would not. I would not. Personally, I would not. I wouldn't. No. I would not cut ties completely with them. No, I would not. I would not do that.
No matter how.
Now that we have a child together, I would want my daughter to for them to have access to her as well. Those are aunties and uncles, and I think it won't be fair, especially if they have a relationship already. I don't think it would be fair for me to cut ties completely with them. I wouldn't cut ties with them. I wouldn't personally.
Okay. Well, Maggie,
they done nothing wrong. What did they do?
But they saw you divorce. They saw their brother who wants to divorce you.
Yeah, but counselor, it takes two people to divorce, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So we decided to go through a divorce. You know, I don't see why they get blamed for anything. End of the day, I married the brother or whoever, and we both said, okay, this is the route we're taking. I don't think that they should get dragged into it. It's not fair. I don't think it's fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. Because I know my daughter loves her uncle, you know. It's like always like, oh, uncle this, uncle that, and I think it won't be fair for me to just.
Okay.
I like uncles and aunties.
Okay, that's right. Okay. So Maggie, you are there. Maggie, what do you also think about that question?
Yeah, counselor.
Yes, my dear.
Counselor, how are you doing?
I'm cool, girl.
Yeah. Okay. We thank God. Counselor, I think there is nothing wrong with it, but it's not healthy. It's not healthy.
Why do you say that?
Because you know this sister-in-laws and mother-in-laws things, they always bring problems.
Okay.
They always bring problems. Yeah.
Okay.
So for me, I don't have enough to say because I've not been married before.
Okay.
But what I have in mind is it's not healthy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the question, thank you very much. And I think Nana Sewa, what do you think? Should you still continue the relationship with your in-laws after divorce?
What? Please.
After you divorce a man or a woman, should you still be nice with the siblings of the man?
Oh, it depends if you have children with the man.
Okay. Okay.
But if you don't have children, there is no need.
You forget about them.
White people, when they divorce, they still be friends. But blacks, it's problem. Why are you laughing? Hello. The white class, some people even stay together after divorce.
Exactly.
Yeah. They help themselves. Yeah. But we blacks, our mentality is very, very.
Because I know people that have divorced, but they're very good friends. Even though they're not no longer married, but they're very good friends. They're not enemies.
Okay.
So my dear sister, it depends their maturity. You know, some people are immature, so you have to watch before you. Yeah.
It depends on the course of the. How about maturity?
Oh.
Okay. So the question the person asks, whether the family should still be aligned with you after divorce, the question is that the process of the divorce is what will determine whether the relationship between you and the siblings will be there or not. There are times that before the divorce happened, the relationship is gone. Because in the quest of the divorce, they begin to insult themselves. We are before why didn't so there's bad blood that is painted regularly after the end of the divorce. So it's even difficult to still have them closer to you. However, you need to pick and choose. If associating with them will constantly give your blood level higher and cause you to have excesses in your body, there is nothing like a demand on you to have relationship with your in-laws after divorce. As a matter of fact, when you divorce, everybody is your ex. And you are the only person who determines how far your ex can come to you or your ex will go to whoever. So I believe that what relationship do you have with them now? And why won't you get mad? Because I came together with you because of your brother. If your brother is no more, what do I need you for? Because I'm going to make new sisters-in-law. Yes, I have children with you. And you are their aunties. There's nothing like a change of auntie in any child's life. An auntie would die as an auntie. An uncle would die as an uncle. They will remain uncles and aunties to you. The divorce will not affect the status of the family tree. However, what the divorce brings is that you are an ex-wife and an ex-husband. I don't know why I should be running at your mother's funeral as if to say my in-law died. Your in-law being, oh, kwaku mami. Ah, na kwaku ni nija wade nye 10 years ni. Ni ebe the mami no ye pao. I mean, for me, it doesn't make sense. I don't think you are correct. That you divorce a man for 6 years. You hear the mother is dead, and you are there in the mourning cloth. You're going and see you. What are you talking about? So if the man has a current wife, what is your position? Why? What is that? I think you should learn to respect your ex-in-laws. There's no need you associate yourself with them. Because the man must go ahead and marry again. So that you don't become a stumbling block to the new wife or the new husband. You have to be there. Yes, in Kolani Papa, he is the father of the children. And the law says that the children should attend their grandmother's funeral. You can decide to give the children to anybody to take them to the grandma's funeral. You are not demanded to be there. Keep that in your head. So your sisters-in-law are planning. It's a long time we miss you. You have been our own. The one who just came doesn't know grandma like the way you know grandma. You are the one who grandma was with. So this funeral, even though you're no more with our brother, it's stress. So then you ask for leave in America. Buy plane tickets. Coming to do ex-mother-in-law's funeral. Jimmy. You are here, and then your ex-husband's sisters come to America, and then they call you about. Well, you say about America, you need baby adele. And to wait there, Matisa wife for the catch up say about Hamlet. Hey, these are choices, but you should think of some of the choices you make. So if you ask me, the relationship must be on autopilot, arm's level. Choose what makes you comfortable. Your attitude towards your in-laws can never affect your children. That's my stand. Yeah, if there's any other question, then let's go ahead.
Okay, so one says, can a man marry another woman without the wife's consent?
Unfortunately, it depends. If you're married under the civil law, immediately your husband decides to marry. It is not you who will catch your husband. The system will have to catch your husband. However, like I said in Ghana, if you marry in AMB, you can go and marry in TMB and the system will not catch them. But when you get hold of the marriage, that a marriage has been contracted, you have the right to sue your husband for bigamy. And I think in Ghana, it's 13 years imprisonment with evidence that your husband has gone to marry again. But under the traditional marriage, the customary marriage is polygamous. So the man can marry again. And the tradition demands that you are compensated, not with a house or a car, but with a particular gift that the family demands. And the woman gives you respect as the senior wife. That is accepted, my brother.
But does he need consent from the first wife?
Actually, you don't need consent. You really don't need consent. In the traditional marriage, you really don't need consent. Because it is you who is making the decision to marry. And you know your logistical strength. You know actually what you can do. You know your position financially. Because your second wife should not come and bring a drain of change of diet in the house. And I'm saying, my wife for floor, and our wife for floor, but for now, those excuses should not affect you in any way. And I internet nasa, see an internet, so me to have 50 years, I'm going to have 50 years small. Don't take excuses for the second wife. And I'm calling fees, and I say, and And so the same kwalaba akuna wo hono so my 4 those excuses don't take it. What's it? And see ana moka. Eni si emfa no ho ye twa so nsi ono eni so ni fi ho ba.
School fees now so my 4.
So ya nyatin kama be ma no my 4 ampa. O my 4 ampa eno so hia. Yes, my love. Welcome.
Thank you. How are you doing today?
I miss you, girl.
Same here.
Why are you be out to me koshipo? Ya mo nsema ma wanya hwe why? Obi a woni dofo.
See, I was saying to cry chin ya be.
E cry chin dey. Adai. Nobody has taken your position. You are a class rep. Can you allow lovers to do their thing? Who was them? Hello, Maggie. Yeah, you saw him about there. Maggie now said the answer as young as
yeah. So, counselor, there is this question I want to ask you.
Go ahead, my dear.
I witnessed this. I witnessed a certain case. I was in a party, and a certain man with the wife. They were also at the party, and then the man took the wife ring to propose to another girl. Is there anything wrong with that?
The wife collected the husband collected the wife's ring.
Yeah.
To propose to another girl.
Yeah.
And the wife gave the ring.
Yes.
And then both of them have decided to marry the new woman.
No, in their custom, they support polygamous marriage.
That's what I'm saying. So most of them have agreed to marry the new woman. Do you understand?
So there's nothing wrong with it, right?
No, they've agreed to marry the new woman. That's why he gave her ring out.
I don't know.
That's why
the lady from Adam.
But do you know? Will you give your ring out? Maybe as they are working, they are looking for another woman for the husband. And when this one came, the wife said, "Where you would enemy? Where enemy susu shia? Where they met me the natana? Jikawano fashion intentum." Yes. What women can do is only God who can do.
Okay.
Me, I respect women like a fool. Men were created in the likeness of God, in the image of God. But God left his responsibility on earth as women. Those who really replace God, we are God. We are not replacing God. But when you are looking for those who are replacing God on earth, it's women. Because when God was creating Adam, he said, "Let us." When he was creating woman, he didn't call anybody. And when he was leaving, he gave the mandate to women to continue what he was doing. So never take any woman for granted. Sure. Women, you know how old Mary was?
So Council, there is nothing wrong with it.
Once the two of them have understood it, and it's within their traditional marriage, go on.
I was thinking about it, like it baffles my mind.
Yes.
Since that day, I've been thinking about it.
Please don't be thinking about some things too much. They understand themselves. Hey, they understand. They understand themselves.
I see.
Oh, does anybody has any other contribution towards the answer I just gave?
Yeah. Okay. No, not the question. The answer that you gave, but I have a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening to everybody on the platform.
Good evening, Naneka.
You are doing very well.
Thank you, Naneka. Hit the like button. We are just 12. We'll hit the like button. We need to do 50K. Let's go.
I got married 2018.
Okay.
And then after the engagement, after a few years,
the traditional marriage,
we went to the court.
the traditional marriage, we went to the court to sign.
Okay.
So in Chichimwa, you gave Eliano. It means my marriage is not even, and then the marriage is not even no more.
Okay.
The marriage no more.
So what you went to sign?
So,
was it you went to sign to register the traditional marriage?
Okay. Because I didn't understand.
So
the registration.
So there are two things. Somebody can go. Did you go to register the marriage and they gave you declaration certificate?
After the engagement, so I thought after everything we went to the court and then we signed, my mom, my dad, and then the man's also parent. We all went there, and then the 4 people witnessed it. We signed, and I think 2 weeks time they gave us a certificate.
Okay. So before you went to sign, did they give you any small certificate when you decided to marry?
No, they only gave us the money that we paid, the receipt. They only gave us the receipt.
So when you finished the traditional marriage, your first time at the court, was it after the traditional marriage?
Yes, after we finished everything, we went there. So they asked us the day that we got married. We gave the date, and then he wrote it down, and then he asked our name. We put our names, and then he wrote it, and then he took the money, and then they gave us a receipt, and then they told us 2 weeks time we should come for a certificate.
Okay, so when you went, whilst you were filling the form, did he fill your form as single or married?
For that one, I've forgotten. I can't remember.
So whatever the man did for you was illegal.
And then a lot of people were also there registering
there are too many illegal. So I'm saying that people are registering traditional marriage and they assume is civil marriage.
The color of the certificate is it green and white? Yeah.
Yours is green and white.
Deep green. Yeah.
Is it light green or deep green? How many years now?
We divorced long. Even the marriage only lasted for only 1 year, and then it's no more. So it was deep green.
Did you go to court to divorce?
No, that is my problem. Now the man is married. For me, I'm not. The man is married. Oh God. So I don't know what to do with this. And I'm not in the country, and I'm not in Ghana.
I'm sorry. You know I'm laughing. You know I'm laughing. Where are the marriage certificates?
I don't even know where it is. I gave it to my mother when I was young.
So who keeps them? Who is giving them?
I just gave it to my mother to put it somewhere. I don't even know where it is.
So your mother is holding a certificate, but the man has got to. I'm sorry, but you know why I'm laughing? Who could have certificates, you know? But Bema why?
Counselor, please, in this case, can the woman can the woman sue the man?
Wait, let's say. Wait, let's say. For certificates, no need for Bema. Hey, what a nice illegality, my sister. So as we walk, your mother is holding the marriage certificate, and the man has married again.
Yeah.
And you are still there walking single.
Yes.
but you have the marriage certificate.
Yeah, I gave it my mom.
Is it 1 or 2?
I think it's 1.
1 certificate.
So does the man have a copy as well? Just you. You have the only one.
No.
Nobody has 2 marriage certificates. It's only 1. It is divorce. It is divorce that you have 2 certificates. Tomorrow I'll teach divorce. When you divorce, they give you 2 certificates.
Hey.
You don't know. If you divorce, you are given 2 certificates. 1 for the man, 1 for you. So anytime the man goes to fill a form and they ask status, then you tick divorced, then the requirement is certificate before they are, because when they go and type your name in the system, it's supposed to pop up.
Okay.
So when you divorce, you take the divorce certificate back to go and clear you in the system and reverse any gazettation. But get a certificate in Bema now.
It's big problem.
How did you go about it?
Yeah, so in my case, counselor, what can I also get married anytime I want to marry?
About
forget about everything or what?
After speaking, are you divorced?
Is it?
Are you divorced? Are you travel or you are divorced?
No, I'm saying the marriage was over 1 year later. After the marriage.
See what somebody has written there. Gaza is facing difficulties. Yeah, come here. I say, oh, can Gaza needs right? Oh my God.
So I left everything, and then we are no more. We separated. Everybody goes his or her way. So I heard he's married, and then I want to ask, is there anything that I'm going to face in the near future because about this certificate that we have between us?
Good. That's what I'm saying. That my question is, are you divorced?
Yeah.
You are
it's
divorced?
been 5 years now.
So are you divorced?
Yes.
What shows that you are divorced?
Yeah.
What shows that you are divorced?
Counselor, she's divorced. I'm glad to hear she's divorced. So if there's anything you can say to help her, I think you have to.
No, you see, in the first place.
Yeah, we are no more.
Good. So what is the arrangement? Is it divorce by travel, divorce by anger? Because under the law, when you marry, you cannot divorce except after 2 years.
Divorce, for me personally, divorce under cheating.
Did you go to court?
No. For me, I'm not saying I didn't go to court.
Okay.
That is what I'm saying. Is it going to bring problem for me in the near future because of this certificate that we both
the new marriage? And then okay, the
right?
new marriage your husband is having, is it a civil marriage or what type of marriage is it?
That is what I don't know. That is what I don't know.
So if you
I don't intend to be know.
But you know. Do you have a child with the, do you have a child with the man?
Yeah, we had one. Yeah.
Good. So you see, the process looks funny, but it's very important. So watch it here. Right now, your marriage you are talking about, you don't know whether it was traditional marriage that was registered or it was a civil marriage. Did you give your husband a ring?
Yeah. Yeah, we exchanged.
You exchange ring where?
Yeah, we exchange ring.
Where?
Where we did it at the not at the court.
So where?
Not at the court.
Where did you do it?
We did it in the house, and then we got a place to do the reception, and then.
Okay, so when you were exchanging the vows, where did you exchange the vows? In your house?
Yeah, the engagement we did at the house.
Good. So that when you were giving him
father's house. Yes.
So your father's house, when you were giving him the ring, where did you give him his ring? And where did he give you your ring? Is it in your father's house?
He gave me one ring at my father's house.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the reception where everybody came,
mm-hmm.
That is where I wore the second one, and I also gave him his.
Is it in the present? In whose presence?
In the presence of the family, friends, and then the pastor who came to officiate it.
So the pastor officiated it at where you are doing the reception?
Yes.
So when the pastor officiated it, he gave you certificate?
No certificate.
Did you sign?
We didn't sign anything, no.
So your marriage was illegal under the law?
Yes. That is where I want to classify. And then I know.
Councilor Repacho, obisi manenka tree not me as person no ye.
There be brofu no kan ye tiase. Ah. O kan twi aka ya tiase. Brofu we akopa. I be kura I bete. Men twi e honi twifo ya mabe. Mun bon se ma twifo. O mo ne break kura twi na. We are heroes. No, sister, the truth is that, and it's a lesson to the rest of us. Right now, as we speak, you went to the registry. Which city is this?
We went to KMA. We went to KMA.
So this was done in KMA. And when you got there, they took the date of your marriage, your names, and the next day or 2 weeks time, they gave you certificate.
Yes.
It's illegal marriage.
Yeah.
It's illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think we pay, is it 350 Ghana cedis? Yes. And then a lot of people were also there registering their marriage. That is why I'm a little bit confused there. Why is it that? Because per what you explain, because I've been with you from the one that you were explaining all these things, and I said no. Then my marriage is no near the law, because per what you explained. So I was asking, so why everybody? A lot of people were there that day. A lot of people were there that day registering their marriage.
So if it's a traditional marriage, if it's a traditional marriage. When you finish your customary marriage with the Busiapeni and the parents, you can go and register the traditional marriage. Because traditional marriage,
I don't know, because
traditional marriage is done at home, but the man doesn't wear a ring. Anytime you are giving a man a ring, the ring is supposed to be given under a premises that is registered or licensed in the presence of a gazetted minister. And right after the exchange, a certificate must be issued and the time of the registration must be written on it.
No, there's no.
If you like,
there's nothing like that.
It's unfortunate the certificate is with your mother, but if you had a certificate, you can check the date on it. Because it's a forgery marriage, the person will calculate 21 days and write that date for you.
Okay.
This is what they are doing.
I'll tell them to send me a picture of it and then
take a picture and come in. You see that, and if you can remember that you married on the 7th, the date on the thing will not be on the 7th. He will add 21 days to the 7th.
Okay.
Either they backdate it for you and they go beyond it, because you cannot wear a silver ring in a garden, in a restaurant with a pastor. Now, because right now you don't know the status of the marriage carefully, I'm saying this. Per what you are saying, you can decide to go ahead and marry. Because if the man in question is married, you see, the funny thing is that if you were supposed to go through divorce in the court, that is where you realize that your marriage will not be in the system.
Yeah.
So as most people, they are holding the certificate, but the only time you realize the certificate is original is when you go and gazette and it doesn't fly, or you are using the certificate for something and it doesn't fly, or you attempt divorce and for the sake of alimony, property sharing, then they realize that your certificate is null and void. Because anytime we marry you, the certificate is 2. We fill both sides and give you one and file one. So one is filed. So anytime you come and there's a problem, we go and pick your number. And that is what is used to process your divorce. That is why after divorce, you are not giving one certificate, you are giving 2. One for the man, one for the woman. So that anytime the man attempts to marry under the civil law, he will present that to clear him in the system so that he will not be arrested for bigamy.
Counselor, there's a few questions that I would like to ask.
Please go ahead.
From the comment section. D Fancy is asking, there are a lot of illegal marriages in Ghana. So who checks the records at the registration office?
The record is checked when you want to do something with the document.
That's the only time it's checked.
Yeah, but what again? Who needs to check that? They hear and say, "Don't do Ashakawabi." Ghana, Miss Mawari be.
So counselor, like for example in Germany, like the whole Krata situation in Germany.
Yeah.
Like if you're open up a year, mechanic because of like the whole
Kachi.
Open Krata Nibia, Obana, when I say, oh, Saya Mobia.
Yeah.
So in that moment, let's say like Jane say what worry will like let's say for an day, or checking, it won't be in the system because it never existed in the first place.
Sir, but the Mayan say, Miss Mikachi, the Mayan say, the Mayan say, almost the say you will fear what they are you too.
Okay.
What does it? Meaning not to be there with it as Yana. Omoji ye fear what they do. Omoji to say young Africans, you will fear what they are you woman. And to balance the wale na mini krata, Omoji too. The yan say a dance dear few behold.
Okay.
Go more idea back. Yeah, on Padia Mienza.
And balance the Castle Cano. Say when you agree and white here, say can you? But yes, so almost I'm checks. I go to Mancrata and a core pepe. And that is what Bell is saying. So it's not a genuine tomb, even though now okay.
There be green and white and Omuji tumo. Sound sooner. A fear what they are need crata or Kamuji tomb. Sana Mitchell. And I'm the green and white near court, dear. I sorry, dear, and you're green. We are sorry, I can't be different. Because Mujina Mobile Abukoya Bruche Krata, Mukoya court. What did I gonna say? Yeah, warrior, so yeah, near blue, a sea blue.
Okay, Counselor, please, Eunice is asking your question. Counselor, please, what if you had the traditional marriage and the church gives you a certificate?
The church certificate is baller. It's illegal.
Counselor, Sweet Ella is asking, if let's say like if you get married in Ghana, can divorce take place anywhere in the world, or it has to be in Ghana?
If you marry in Ghana, you can only divorce in Ghana.
Okay.
So when you file in Ghana, there is a law that when you file, they have to serve the other party. So when they serve the party and the party is absent, I've forgotten there's a term. Bring yourself. There's a way, there's a number of days that when they give after a second filing, the court can pass judgment in the absence of the man.
Wow.
And there are times that we can write to Foreign Affairs to pull your document, because when you travel, Foreign Affairs gives us the right to show that Bell is married or not married in Ghana. Hey, there are laws Ghana. I'm telling you. One friend of mine, Okoye, my main can Okoye American lottery. And na check. Now we're 20 years. And obi ye bien pronounce say worry. 20 years ago, ambassador ni bufu ye, e se na ni pese odino, ina oja no ko ye. Na nsen mu ye wo ho a, ni yire wa ko ware no. Akoye lottery na to mama. Enti ni yire na wa ware no, e fala ma be ma no. Ewura system ni mu na system ne ka say about 2000, the year 2000, o ware obi. E shock you mo. Eti yankoji awadi jaye kata emasa awadi no mo ware 2000 no. Obaro ni tikra wan kan chen se o ye bibi sada. Unya sema.
Nigeria people are in your life, so they want you to speak English.
Yeah, abrofoni ensemi abrofoni binti no. Abrofoni eti ye nkase binti e ketwi no man tin nya. What do I say? Nigeria for what the emba na che munsua kasa. What is
illegal marriage? What is illegal marriage? How would you define that?
Illegal marriage is a marriage that has been contracted in the pretense of a legal formation, whilst it has not gone through the legal process. Should I repeat it?
It's money in simple terms. In simple terms.
Okay, so in simple. So in simple terms, so let me break it down in simple terms. In simple terms, the lecture I gave today is the process to get married under the civil law. That in the civil law, there are vows that must be exchanged. A ring must be exchanged. You shouldn't be married before you enter the marriage. We need rings as part of the exchange. 4 witnesses must sign the document. The marriage must be contracted in a licensed facility. The marriage contractor must be gazetted. If these things are not followed, and the last one is that the marriage must be consummated, that is sexual intercourse. If these processes have not happened, but somebody is wearing the ring of bigamy as married, it's illegal marriage.
Okay.
Have I broken it down enough?
The lady that asked, please, are you clear? Let me know in the comment section if it's clear.
No, for counselor, in my case, can I marry again?
Yes, but before you marry again, yes, before you marry again, right now as we are speaking, let's do an investigation with your certificate and see what was done for you, so you don't disgrace yourself. Number 2, it means that the two of you, and if you are yes. Mungu. It means you have to annul the house marriage. Because any man that comes to ask for your bride price and the family receives the man, they should give you into another marriage single. So in this case, if the man is gone ahead and the marriage 5 years, you're having just a child, please, you can just ask your family to move a drink to their family house and make sure they open it and pour it as libation and signet drink and annul the marriage. It's not just taking the drink.
At the earlier stage, you see, everybody from the guys' family said they won't. Everybody said, me, I will not take because I'm a Christian. Me, I will not take because you say I buy a minimum consume. It's a minji, that kind of thing. And I'm just made it. Mija honor, Omunja, Obia Sonji.
Okay.
Because I went to them, Obia Sonji. So
That is what we learned yesterday, that you, the wife, have no right to take a drink to your husband's house. It is your family that must make sure that the drink is received, because the marriage is no more there. But because they are close to 32 people, 32 heads of families, that is why the marriage, collapsing marriage in Africa is difficult too. 32 heads who came to contract the marriage. But they need to receive the drink and open it, pour it. But it is not your duty to take the drink. It is the duty of your family to take the drink. As for the ring, it's yours. Nothing be a pottery farm.
Councillor, what the ring in there, media?
Nothing be a pottery farm. Now hold the go ahead.
No, but my uncle asked me to give the ring and the Bible and everything to the man.
Your uncle was angry. He doesn't go tradition. Wabon. David.
What about the Bible?
What do you call it? Now, Bible, the man said, kind. Bible, the man said, kind. And I would dear. Send the Naga, and Tomana, what come in the man? No. In our traditional marriage, the most significant. See how they say branch in the idea of the way. What for now bomb? Yes. Because it's just like Ukunewu. Obi Kunewu be say 10 years. No gusu shekawa no. What are you then?
I propose the way I almost show. I'm use that.
So propose the money mama me. I'm mama bra different. I'm the one mra. Ose.
And the topic ni enko so cry you.
And the topic ni the woman say me chire ko si ese ne ware no ho no. Nem so bia won sem bisa. Enti I say divorce me ntimi ngura ho. Ba o de asem me yi ano. O chira me divorce because
life after divorce.
Yes, me say me chire life of divorce and marriage after divorce. Ne de, ne nyon.
Councillor, I see you then sign the choir, so mu bi ensan so.
What den san kon ye bi so ware ni ngu ye. She. Okay,
questions the baby sir. Also, I read 3 now. I'm so we don't know right 4th one. But all right, that was the
shy of your nipa. 3 dear Dawson. Why are they? Tell you, a mamma say, Monsieur Mamma, yeah, Jinsa. A year at Dancy, dear say, a fear. Ye beji na wade na brantie ba bebo pun so be wade afia enti ye frɛ no kokoko ya gin no ani sika sa sika na ye gi sika nketwa na ye bie nsa no so ya numbi ne ye de nsa na soma abusua panyin ne abusuafo nyina e de akọ kwankwan bi ase aye investigation
yes
ye wie a e da wo be ware wo omudu fie no mdo ho ade ye no ba omu sambo pun bio ni agi won sika ne nsa ama won peni ese mombra ya wani wie no mo kwa ye san hihye ensa dokodoko ensa no odin eni nyama ye di ye awade ni bi ye de agya won kwan se adansi di e kire se oba ya ye no ho ade ni e de abre musuafo amamre kwan so no ye kwa ye de oba no kokokire won so oba na e koye no ho ade ni de ba na say ye gya ye engagement party Jimmy Nkwa ebende modernization sa process we no awari gya ye ne ba kwa oba no be fa so yi ni kawa e da ye de nsan ni be ko ebusuafo hia ne ye de nsan kwa ye frɛ oba no ene be ma ne ba ebusuafo mienu ni hia ye kana nkosi aga ne ye de nsan ama ye de nsan ma be ma yi ni oba pe na ye fie de nti oba yi ni kawa no yi no kai se awade mu no ye ye oba ho ade wo fie anya be ma na de kawa ne hye no ye ji kawa ne fi be ma ne ho no oba no anti di ahye no enti kawa ne ka de a ye de bre abusua na omo gi ye no ho enti awade gya ye ba oba ne yi kawa ne ma ne anti na ye de nsa ne ma abusuafo be ma ne abusuafo gi ana oba ne abusuafo gi a na ye si yu abusuafo aware enkoye yie adansi die bi enti enkwala se na ewo mu ntem ni aka custody of the children under the law. So we settle the children. Now your fan son. Ni say adansi die chesa awade na egu ni ene ye chama abusuafo adi adansi ni ye de ensa aboso miensa 1 2 3 ye bieso ke ye bieso ani acha ma obia oba hodi adansi ani chesa awade na egu ye mbie ensa no so ni encha ma obia na ma me de na advansa edi ja na awade me no mo nsenti ena esi on efiansa edi ja me no mo nsenti ena esi on enti na o wale fufura na awade ne nkoso o wale fufura awade ne enkoso da because you are still married.
Counselor, Sala would share the and a lot of people are still married. For our Ghana, for few say a good but single.
Let's hear me.
And I'm going to move on.
Hear me. Me worry if you was Germany. Me worry if you was Germany. Ne sister ya e wo Ghana. Yesi mama if you aba, enti ne sister ya engire mu man. Na ya agina manim. Ye di mpaye. Ye wie. Ye wie mitwi di ya so nza.
Yeah, anyway, me marry no kwa na nya ware this counselor na ware na good that enya ware na nya ware.
O ti
Yeah, because in the first place now when you begin can do all these mistakes now cannot just do enya ware.
So you are not there.
Because we say I could say so if my mom doesn't
Our desire, the idea our desire by me can't fit if I just say owo nsu tumi di our desire ba. Na dia ya wasasi so between owo ni our desire. Owo ye de say our desire. Between death and divorce. Divorce is more painful than death. When you divorce me, look at this fresh boy sitting here on TikTok with a lot of girls saying hi, 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 hi. You chance on it, you be sure.
Counselor, Treasure is asking, say, how many times can one divorce?
Yeah, as many as you can.
Okay.
You see, the law in Ghana says that you can't marry more than one, but you can marry more than once. Should I repeat the English? Should I repeat the English?
Oh, we are not.
So we can jai awadi. But when you marry under the civil law, you can only divorce after 2 years. And so in the 2 years, I want to mean jai dawa Ghana. I'm saying, I don't care awadi or wadi omja 1 year and yamra. Ghana Brand say, ya waro, na won ko ye gazettation, won to mean for home missus, unya missus. Obi, ya obi engagement or truly including.
Yeah, I
Eti bebre ho awade na egu. E no dia sorry no. And the chest ye de yam prima awade ya yamba. When I engine sano. E to de bia edu bepen so bi ni engine sana. There are too many things you can do. And sana yesi engine. Yesi engine sano. Yes, yakọ yesi engine. Yakọ yesi engine. And kwala wa muntema, you evoke the family tribunal law. And the family tribunal will mandate the family head to nullify the marriage. Shit. Awadi jai, majina mu pao. Divorce. Oh. How do you trust? Na so for judge me play that. Nyame crap pray our die so. So why would you die in a dying relationship? So Nanekua, I saw you now 5 years out to wire there. Machine be grease be body needs to sense.
Somebody said divorce is not good.
No, to the person, divorce is not good because he thinks he has a good husband. Go ahead. We don't have good wives, we will divorce. Go ahead. Keep your husband. If divorce is not good, give your husband to us to marry him some. Polygamy is not men having many wives. It's that every woman will have a husband. So give your husband for us to marry. Look at me. Only 2. And they are happy keeping me alone. This handsome boy. And then fear just came. We have to do the arrangement very fast. Every woman needs to have a husband. It's not men having too many wives. Ah. Bell in Queen now, Bema ba Queen, you crew ba Queen, we decide. Hey, what a pain! What a mention.
You can't make a channel.
Okay, so be a branches.
I don't want to
be a branches. Well,
my catcher for no so be a branches. I don't agree.
If you are capital, so sir. Obi ka so go be a branch see or the 2 minutes in go be branches na. There are. Who dey here also go be branches.
Yeah, you know when you open more branches, more responsibility, isn't it? So
Raymond say he's not happy with the situation, but Ocean and Kola.
Yes, but unfortunately for Raymond, I'm not seeing Raymond to pick him to come and help us.
Raymond, please come up.
Maybe I'm better come here because I've not seen his name anywhere. Like my picking it. So that well, you see, if you really understand what marriage is, me immediately I married my senior wife. The first thing I did after the honeymoon, I took her to Register General to go and make sure that this marriage, my dear, you are part of my property. Straight ahead. People might say, a change of the name becomes difficult, so I want to maintain my name. Don't worry. Are you aware it's illegal to be married under the civil law and still maintain your maiden name?
Yes.
Are you also aware it's illegal to write your maiden name and add your marital name to it?
Oh wow.
The man is not the law. He cannot agree until he goes to High Court.
Because last time what can be last time and he said, what they Duncan Williams. Okay, divorce.
When they divorce, it's alleged that the woman said she would like to maintain the only asset she wants is the name, and the Lord granted it because she knows the power in the name.
It's against the law to say Papa despite. I want to keep despite saying him and then I'll add yours to it.
Who born dog for the way? You will not see the effect until the day something happens and you prove. As I'm sitting here, if I die today, my wife doesn't need obituary to prove she's Mrs. Luther because she's gazetted. The letter of administration, she can do it without anybody because she's Mrs.
Councillor, we see if both parties are in abroad but certificate is from Ghana, how possible is it?
Mama, you see. Let me bomb and say, Mama.
What happened?
Obia, Mammy gift, I'm a bomb and Mama. Make that year off. Kai. Minimadio. I didn't begin to move. Minimadia too much. Now, the agent go phone when they say, me no more endorsement. Entia. Hi, Dean. A match I don't do. But it's a crap.
Counselor, I put it to you, say, who are you?
But counselor, you say a child, I don't go. It's because when the man decides to even cheat out or step out of the partner, the attitude will change, which will eventually affect me and everything.
No, but Belle, why should you get happiness outside and it should not reflect on your face? Then it's not happiness. No, how? How do you taste sugar and still make your face like this? Immediately sugar comes in. What's this? Let's say Jimmy. And you go share there. It reflects on us. Look, there are people whose marriages are happy. My husband is so happy for me. I don't know. We're trying to back seats. I said, go to jail. Yeah. Go to jail. Yeah,
but counselor,
now why didn't you have
most men, they don't want to worry me. They don't want to marry, like, have two wives. They just want to, like, have a wife and a side chick or something.
The reason is because we've not understood polygamy as every woman having a wife than a man having many wives. If we see polygamy not being a man having many wives, but that every woman has a husband, this mentality will change. And there's no way a polygamous man will still not have the opportunity to have a side chick. Because being a side chick is a grace of God. It's an addition to marriage. Clapping where I'm bank. If we
see polygamy, say every woman deserves a husband, not every man wanting to have one or two. We say then
there'll be peace.
Wow.
But you
so
like
in essence,
me.
You're saying women were greedy and selfish.
I'm not saying it, you know.
Okay.
No, just imagine you chance on your husband having sexual intercourse with your house help. You feel disgust. Is that not it?
Oh, me, I'll join him. I always tell him.
Your spirit, your sexual spirit, we need to transfer it to people like Efia and AC and try it on
I'll join him. I keep telling him, me if I come and see, then he will look at me fun like me if I come and see that I won't react. I'll just make sure, hello, no, have fun, okay. I'll see you later. Let me know when you're done.
But it is also I'm coming. Let me land this one. It's also a loose thing on a man who will be caught cheating. Every man must know how to practice self-control. You should not be caught. Immediately you are caught, you have disgraced God. Let's go ahead. Because you see, Bible says that the woman who was brought to Jesus and he said, go and sin no more. Her sin was not the adultery. Her sin was because she was caught. So Jesus said, go and sin no more. What was her sin? She was caught. So don't be caught. Self-control. Management of your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions.
It counts that just also go for women too.
If a woman decides that you want to be cheating on your husband, go ahead. As a matter of fact, it is women who cheat, men don't cheat. So if you make the attempt to cheat well. How do you go and cheat and bring a child?
Don't let them catch you.
Don't be caught. But the painful thing is that the only evidence for cheating is when you bring a living thing. So how do you live with a gunman and go and have sex with an Igbo man? Have a child that must be called forgive. The child was impregnated by a Igbo man to be called forgive. And you bring the child to a gunman to call the child Papu. So the child is growing, he becomes like a goat because the name is affecting the child. So where do you want? Protect yourself. The day the man decides to do a DNA to bring the children to the US, then it discovers that look, I have defended women that not every woman who has a child that the DNA is wrong shows that they cheated on your husband. Because I have worked in a hospital, even my own daughter, the day they delivered the child, they made a mistake, if not the name tag. So I believe in my heart that there are women who have not cheated on their husbands, but medical error gave their children to somebody because we're all girls. When we do delivery, the color of the children are always the same. And usually, in our part of the world, we put all the children in one court because they are small, and we put their pin card at their head. So when you are delivering the children to their mothers in the ward, I witnessed one that a child was given to a woman in the 6th floor, while the baby's mother was in the 3rd floor. The only reason why the woman saw was when the woman was removing the diaper, she had a birth mark. Once we show you the genital of the child. The only way when you deliver, we only show you the genitals, whether it's a male or a female. So as you are lying down, you know that you delivered a male child. But this woman, when we showed her, she saw a birth mark at the back of the buttocks of the child. So she said when she removed the diaper of the daughter, she didn't see the birth mark. Then she called the doctor. Dog, so immediately it strike all of us. Said there had been a medical error. We went and the child with the birth mark was in the 3rd floor. Unfortunately, and sorry, imagine this child was taken home. The man will say this girl has passed somewhere. Look, women are very faithful in marriage, and I will forever defend them. They should keep on disgracing me. But I George Luttrot, I hardly believe that a woman can.
They are too faithful.
It's not.
They are too faithful.
Look, the opportunity comes for them to fuck themselves. Oh.
But we can't.
It's not that you can't. You don't want. It's not that can't. It's not that you don't want, because there are times that the penis that is erected, the color is too nice than what you are sleeping with. No, imagine they are fucking your vagina every time and they don't give you anything. Then one man fuck one night and give you $5,000. Is it not the same vagina? So the value of every woman is known by the value of penis you chop. I say it every day. Your value is not on you. It's on the male organ that you access. That's why when you grow and your father is useless, don't blame your mother. Don't blame anybody. Blame your mother. It's your mother who gave herself to a useless man. The same way when you grow and your father is despite but didn't marry your mother. Clap for your mother. How she was able to meander her way to chop the penis of a despite. The world belongs to men, but the procreation belongs to the women. There are too many things that we are not getting right. I see too many questions coming. You can ask them. I am not too brilliant to answer all questions. If I don't know, I don't know. That's my weakness. But if I know, I can't keep quiet.
Counselor, according to Lisa, the stats shows that women cheat more than men.
Who gave the statistics?
Lisa, according to Jomo research.
Those research are not true. I will challenge it. Can they give me their research sample? How many women did they talk to? You see, all the American research are null and void because their research is done on all girls. Cheating is the right reserve of the married. Boyfriend, girlfriends, they don't cheat. It's exploration because there's no legitimacy. So if you do a research on girls who are not married, they are dating, and you say they are cheating whilst they are dating, I say your research is bogus. People who can cheat are the married. I can cheat. Belle can cheat. Those who are married can cheat because it is in marriage that when you cheat, it is justified that we're cheating. But talking jolly, how do you call it cheating? How? And my boyfriend cheated on me, so we are no more. Are you serious? There are two things you should expect in marriage: cheating and divorce. So when it happens in marriage, it's called cheating. If it's not married, there is look. How many of you that when your boyfriend dies, you perform widow rights? There's no legitimacy. So the research is bogus. Class is quiet.
We're learning every day.
Let me go and see what my wife has sent to me. You know my wife is on the page. Do you know she's on the page?
No. Mrs. Luttrot. We salute you.
Mrs. Nutrat, welcome. We love you, okay?
You see what my wife is saying? My wife says, today my spectacle is too transparent, so it makes you people see my eyes.
No, we can't see it.
So she's there. She's on the page. Hey, this woman. Emma.
One day you have to invite her up.
Who?
Just to join the panelists one day.
You want to break my marriage?
Yeah.
Oh, how?
I would like to ask her some questions.
Ask her with a gift. Send me $100, $200, and I'll send it to her as a gift. And this is the question. The question that someone want to ask you, when they give you $200, how do you use it? These are the questions he's looking for.
Someone is saying, "Oh boy,"
but we can't see your eyes. We can only see the reflection of what
Of the phone.
Yeah, that's it.
So let me read for you.
Oh, but you can see the eyes, so.
So your spectacle is transparent.
You asked the question for a long time. Let me read it for it. Grace is asking, Counselor, is it possible for a man to marry marry legally and another traditionally? Is that possible?
Yes. Yes. You know why?
Wow.
In Ghana, it's too possible. So tomorrow I'm going to shock all of you.
but counselor, one person now can say, "Oh, very much aware legally on to me and worry."
Yeah, you cannot have two legal marriages. Only one legal, one traditional.
So let me tell you why I'm saying yes.
Yeah, only one.
So let me explain to you. Let me explain to you. The law in Ghana is that when you marry in KMA, it should be declared the Wawari. But what Mawari what tema? What's somebody who are crowd?
Ghana for you. But I don't just say illegal now.
Then we cannot tell you. Should I repeat myself? If the person decides to marry under the civil law, then the system can fine him because he acquired research, George Lutrot. What to be there last year? But Okoye fear dear, only caught in your sem. And Obana Tiasis and why he feared the Otin baby. If you it is when you strike the civil marriage that they follow you with bigamy. But I've not come there. My first wife is a legal wife. My second one is a traditional wife. Obia dinilem.
Okay. Someone is saying the person can sue you.
If you have the evidence, go and sue. Where's the evidence? Yeah, why didn't you picture?
Hey, no.
No, this
one. So let me tell you what the law is. You see, let me tell you something. Hey, but hear me. When it comes to court, it's not emotion, it's evidence. Legality goes with evidence. So you come and say, my husband has left the house and gone to marry another woman again. The court says, madam, take time. Evidence of marriage. The first evidence of marriage is what? Showing that they've exchanged vows.
Pictures or something, yeah.
We use pictures legally. So you have pictures showing. We can deny pictures. I attended the engagement ceremony of Efia, and the lady decided to take a picture with me. She's not my wife. What will you do? So for you to catch a man who is married, you have that's what I'm saying, that even when it comes to bigamy or when it comes to infidelity, which the law allows divorce, infidelity with an evidence, and the evidence is a child. What is your proof in court? Is it WhatsApp message?
I caught him sleeping with somebody.
What do you have an evidence? Do you have the evidence?
It's a picture.
Are you aware that when you take anybody's naked picture, it's illegal?
So, what do we do now?
Me, my mother told me something. When I came back one day, I said, "Ma, I want to go and do law." He said, "You can study law, but never go into the chamber." So I'm only studying family law to help educate. I'll never go to any place because metiadena see more than necessary. So there's a question. My wife is asking, what is honeymoon? Is honeymoon legal? That's a question my wife have just sent me. She's asking whether honeymoon is legal. So that when your husband doesn't take you for honeymoon, you can go to court and report. Ladies and gentlemen, the law of marriage doesn't include honeymoon. A honeymoon and your fancy keke, it is to give you access for consummation, which is legal. So that's here.
Okay.
Yeah, what if you are any quick yasen? That man into me and do we hear what we just with Jana Waleo. Nane Kia Wadiano. Mrebi woho. 1 year without sex, you can nullify the marriage because of that. And he said, Nane Kia Wadiano po ye liga. Na 5 years ni Beman in dinner. Otumi Jinasu Jana Walie. Nasawa di Jai no Jana. E Japadie Bia Bemana ye. Meet me did not come a way chamber ya J. De Epe. As I say, a man's with a mushia or dog, Mujimi Dawson. No more as I said, Darren Chinty. That's it. Mamma Laura Fenam here. Mamma Laura Fenam is near this. Mamma Laura Fenam is you. Mamma Laura Fenam is here. Mina Panko. Somebody say, check your WhatsApp. Oh, hey, somebody has sent you WhatsApp.
You will be sick for a bit more some brother.
Yati, one a casa. One a casa.
Before checking the WhatsApp.
Ah, okay.
Counselor, you know, the thing with marrying one legal and one traditional, you know, is it legal?
It's illegal.
Then he's saying that
it's illegal.
People do it, but it's illegal.
I say it's illegal, but until your court, is it illegal?
Thank you. The lady she was asking, is it possible?
It's
yes,
possible.
It's not legal, yes.
It's possible and it's illegal, but you can practice it. I said it from the beginning that you will not know the authenticity of the law until you fall victim to the laws. $22 no match. Want me hit it, but I actually say when I'm 101. Bonnie Ben Mayamo at the more time, Yana. School money when they call it. I am a yadi. Councillor Bonsema. Me we a hero of. Any other question? What's that question? The baby about. Nana say what now? Go can be message. You see, you didn't say that. Oh, can throw him out. When you type a question, type again. Why? Because it's not speed. Please drop some. Okay, who should I drop? Who want to be dropped? No credit say obi anyway so trust you obi awawade. In marriage we don't use trust, we use belief. Trust is for deity. Curse is any man who trusts a man. Because men are like grass, the sun scorches and we are no more. So in marriage we believe. And when you believe people, you can forgive them. When you trust people, you cannot forget them. So trust is for deity. Both some nyankopon, ade aso yembo and you trust it.
Yeah, okay. In this case, and nipa krona nature so oya no so a Christo ni but onye Christo because so now I think it's in Jeremiah 75. Curse is the one who puts the trust in man.
And the God they are talking about can be a Konedi. it can be agbotimi, it can be belebe. It's anything that is greater than you. The most hypocritical people on earth are Christians.
Okay. Most of the men, say I'm
so it's a wrong word. It's a wrong word. And I always tell people, believe is what you are supposed to work with. Don't work with trust, work with belief. So you can forgive people.
Counselor, there is a question.
Go ahead.
Someone is asking, can we women also have 2 or more husbands?
It's a form of marriage. It's a form of marriage. It's agreed.
Eunice is asking that. Thank you. Eunice.
You can marry more than one. It's a particular form of marriage, which is also under the traditional marriage, but it's not practiced in Ghana.
Oh, okay. Eunice, when I want
to so when you are jealous of me, what do you get? Me, I'm going to now you're jealous, so then I'll be near you. Any other question? Let me go to Facebook. Facebook, where are they? What do you? Oh, Kafra. There may be about Yantian, we're going to watch it. Check.
She said that relationship is built on trust.
Relationship is built on belief, not on trust. Mamiama, we build relationship on belief, not on trust. Okay. Trust only God and trust other things, but don't trust any man, not even me. Believe in me. Okay. Yes, there's a guy on Facebook. Your name again. Let's go. I didn't hear that.
Because I'm meeting the call. Na you can say ginger honey chips. Me said that to quite about Ghana be 3 months. Me san count that me chase you from one point to the other. I am here to the. Oh, she said, "I'm going to say that me boy Italy na me de me chin baby eduma de be pie bia na my way na."
And the eduma be pie na by US but to be believe why Kafra.
Me kwa me pena me niwe di nkomo ahwe say nka obema ma tunton bi wo sa online shops bi ni na sefa because
me ni how crowd be ma a business na ken sika so me don't want to this kind of show.
Me say no message be ba kumpo amba mpacho na fa normal ma me.
Kafra na money 862.
Mpacho, hold on a second.
I was a former channel. Sikasama by game. Why? The ammunition made in Benny.
Mpacho 862.
571. 3950.
3950. Okay, Mpacho. Say WhatsApp number.
WhatsApp. You me point after me.
Mpacho code Ben and me find shiny.
Oh, where call WhatsApp? Where US standard number?
Okay.
Right.
Counselor, assembly near said the old Kenya, the Ayama and Tiasian air Dane said from the word go no, say ye parents, ye call Moshe into win to me a mind education, and one yama be brain TNT in yama be brass. Ye ni ye butaya crapper ye de qua warrior no, yen tiasie, butaya. A tie set relationship yenti say obi who obi kra no nyi no relationship ma ayana nipa bebradwen ye ne say was all worry no which quite recently na bibe hu say sana entisa and you obi akra onye ni be shia na esesa worry bebu but adiana kwa say once onye na eshia nko ade e was worry about which is a serious thing I would plead the same Kobe to me some kaka because our education Ghana for especially boys in here pa na number 2 vision war our real one nipa obeshi anu na was only having the same vision and
Martin so 2 things
number 3 in Sunday the also with the boys say I want papa number 3 so yeah who actually when it comes to communication because here koka asemi ububefu ebiana yesukwa yebotomu yede wo na kakra wo ho nti yesuro se bia ya ka assembly A or B kakra na o de be man as a partner no on fa man nti na and the yen kan anu nsem nti akoye fear. There is the fear to even say what you think is right. Mpacho what ma say yes, so
is it to your wife or to the lady in your life?
Okay. Generally nti sisi an ye na ye di eti akohye mu no kakra obetumi de aboa en feboa na sisi ano media personally de ha me say meyere ekita high position unyi meyere ba me mbo nidi unyim ne pa na me makoye abobuloshi boy ichinkwa one moment me wa ha the other moment me wa ha and no office and adwuma ne guarantee into on fashion ho on fashion meanwhile no me kwa person me retire no we are both young but the me bufin say waka assembly matomi tim so oba sika de wo be man mefo woni into so nti even though minim so ojisi kapa no still I work to give her but eye me bufu say onhu me vision no na aya na me say nti ade nya e be bo me nko a me so ana na at the end of the day me wu ana ye si die on co site I'm telling you on fa mpo say ye wi cement and fa no office say me na me si die no ye kotoka the only man say can say this fie even if CCTV camera ni yedumo on fan ho but mambuso mbome na message bimbra certain time of the night ye machine be heshe me amidi misika na message bi about time bio and yes say nipa no pope bi bio e say time na message na ba ye na de en tokwankwa na you won't go and do inspection. You see that you won't even call and ask. Vision me nkwane hear me ana even ye wo bakrapo. I just say I thought to say nka me wubium all of a sudden no oba me catch and so me yen share wo Paris, ne share wo Paris. Oh njama kokoswa. Me baby dream me whole plan the next trip how I can do things ne ye share wo bibi fofra or say onyem. Ohwana oh, me and me dear, but I didn't expect so be
cancel
the reason why I would say a man in Ekita
what
the decision of child.
I understand, but in this statement, ye shaka crave uncle cancel on you pahucho ne ambodia. Kasa me come
yeah. Well, they're my train sign because I deal with it for why he why would you say my no there? My train my wife, my train sign. Why? Because we are person in Saka. It's my train sign. And my birthday or catch me say, men Sakra, that's for all that I have become, no men sign Sakra. Into my essay, or Nimna so I say, why I may be big, Kakabakasa, me Sakra and Mako West. Now I can send money, you know. Cancel back to the subject matter, no.
I'll address your three issues for you.
And he said, vision no a bear no qua vision I was all heavy and I said vision I was say a bear man or banning any motive behind marriage because you move be brilliant and I am a koye BBA why Michelle.
I have a topic I'm supposed to treat reason for marriage as a man and as a woman. It's a whole topic, but I'll do a brush for you. Thank you very much. So from the last point. Last one,
okay. Where do you have to be ask you? Say, Ayana Oka Samana. People like us, if you say, oh, you joke. Me pacho, what's this car? Do you mean it and I say a joke?
Semi-sreska.
I say, oh, send me $100. Sometimes do you mean it and I say it's a joke? Because
I mean
sometimes we want to do it, but we are like,
I mean it. That's why I give you the number. I give you the number in the medium to send the money to me. It's not a joke.
Me and my guys, Ayana yes, oh, this man, he doesn't.
No. I need it. If I need it, and when you send, because you know I'm running a foundation, so regularly, if you see I play ads, I need the money more than anybody. When I sit down 3 hours, I'm sitting 3 hours. 3 hours talking.
Yes, I know, but we appreciate
3 hours of education. What you go and sit in class to learn for 5 years, somebody sits in. It's nice. What is nice in trying, and some do, and I appreciate them so much. I met somebody in US and heard my voice. I said, hey, you know, hey, Nyankopon shira wo ye na me share me niske o hwie ni purse mu nyina. It was $120. No di gu mi na ase. I'm telling you.
And yes, you best start here. Be my catcher me say that obeshia will on you. But me pacho, I am any joke because sometimes we think it's a joke.
Oh, the style of my lecture, what keeps me in your mind is the humor in my presentation.
Okay.
So I add a lot of humor to my lecture, and that keeps us going.
Okay.
If you are too serious in life, you can't be too careful.
Ayana, why lenient kaka because it be a ya what can ya do.
That's to say, footwear idea, mammy. Nyankopon shall say, we say we can't say be a ya. Michelle Buffett,
Bakuya, okay, 4 man, 4 man, warino. That time, Nami a pool, a call me.
No said, no woman should allow, and no woman should allow a poor man to marry you.
So time they worry about because no upper hand, no.
Yeah. So I was going to give you. I'm not going to give you an answer to your questions. And sorry for those of you on TikTok. Let me answer your last one. The first thing is that if you're asking who directs the vision, the process by which you marry the woman makes the vision clear to her or blur to her.
Okay.
If you make a woman a breadwinner, she loses the vision.
Okay.
So if you marry a woman in your state of nothing till you die, she will never understand your vision.
Wow.
If you marry a woman in your state of nothing, she has fear to lose her treasure in terms of business. She will never stop working.
Na kanza sisi ana minishi sisi akakra so abaya mitumi ya obedi be 4 days for Paris na Asia was Sweden na say for still
it is no proof beyond, so it is no proof beyond what she can do for herself. So you need post-marital counseling, and you need to learn how to communicate and not complain. If you don't stop complaining, she will never arrive at respecting who you are.
So let me feel like I'm a embarrassing, but me who say no should cramp no. Sisi ana Ghana na ye hunti medrum. Scan no the endorse.
And to go embarrassing my home. And I like the way your wife is chopping your money. Yamin Shirano.
I am our money. It's me deaf who be which Yana ye may be.
The Timian de Broswa, what a Baku Cano, a Tim Denver form. Why?
I don't think so. What SAR capacity make me up a game, but you can't say why.
We yes, a bit my fuck. It's in a message bar now. I fell for nothing. Yes, a bit my fuck.
That's now. Oh, dear, bye bye. Would you say I mean one operate me to a same bye bye?
I'll answer your questions for you. So that is coming from a call from Facebook, and his questions I've addressed the last one. The vision that we are having is a woman is following your vision. You have to talk her into your vision. If the woman is richer than you, it doesn't change the route that she becomes the leader. Lead her. It is not fair when you have and you withhold from your husband. It is not fair. I'm telling you, it's not fair. If a man is proving a point that he's able to provide, gently learn how to support, don't overtake. That's the other side. So he's building a house and you can't go to the site. Even if your friend is building, you show signs of concern about what he's doing. So it is fair that a dinosaur fire cost of saying Ghana. Boys, in the cement here, oh, Kafra, a dine there. We are ni baby. Show some concern. They are building in Ghana. It is nice that you can't pay for the roofing. And then you come in your bonus bill, Kwame. 2,000. You 1,000 can't see Ghana for Koya Dina or your Ghana. It's nice. It's nice. Let's not get used to the system where your birthday, your husband will just throw a big party for you. On his birthday, you give him singlet and boxer shorts. It's wickedness. It's murder. You are not representing what God brought you to come and do. So I understand when men are complaining. I am selfless to my wife. I'm an example of selfless men. There's no new car in my house that is registered in my name. Yes, because I don't want my wife to be walking and the car will have overheating. Rather, let my car have overheating and for her to drive. So I feel happy when I walk at times and we are driving. The wife will ask me, where have you gotten to? I say, I'm at the junction. She said, take the left turn. And I'm going to the fuel station. Let me buy some into your car. Nice. I feel happy about it. We are also human beings. Don't lead us, but prove to us. The other point is that, Echo, never make a mistake of retiring your wife. Come and sit to let me take care of you. You cannot provide any woman's needs completely. This is what I say. If you are a woman who is able to buy a first class ticket to Dubai, France, Paris, wherever, before I met you, it will be difficult for me to buy you an economy ticket when I marry you. So you cut your coat according to your size. But it is fair to marry a rich woman. Bible says that for the virtuous wife, who can find? Her hands finds work to do like a merchandise ship. The husband is respected at the city gate when he's sitting with the elders. If I look good, credit goes to my wife. If I look bad, credit goes to my wife. There are a lot of men who, when they buy for them, they don't wear. So the women have stopped buying. There's a way to present what you are buying. Some of you will buy for the men and you come and take the money. Let's learn how to make sure that this marriage works together for us. Don't overtake the man, but support the man. It's a support. He shouldn't request for you to pay light bill. Let him pay water bill. Walk and drop some money down. Whatever he uses it for, it's okay. So the vision must be clear, printed, and you should follow your husband's vision in the marriage. You can have your own vision, but remember, the main vision is what you follow. If you go to any company and you are employed as an accountant, you follow the blueprint of the company. So that's what it's supposed to be. That is what I think your answer is supposed to be. I think I've answered the course question. If those things he asked, I don't know if anybody have any addition here. Treasure.
I have a question. So,
all right, go ahead, Treasure.
It's different from what he asked.
Okay.
So it's concerning my aunt. So she got married to her husband, and it was legal.
Okay.
In Europe. And later on, due to one or two, the man started having an affair outside the marriage and had 2 children. And I don't know what happened. They both separated, and the man came to Ghana and got married to the baby mama legally. All right. So when my aunt found out, she decided to sue him because it has been like a wasted years for her. And they've been back and forth from the court, but nothing is happening. So what is the problem?
The problem is that your husband, your aunt cannot come and sue the husband in Ghana.
Oh.
It's what we call the jurisdictional disputancy. That's a word. It's the legal term. You can't bring somebody from Italy and come and sue them in Ghana for a breach of marriage contract. No. In the first place, he was married to the man, and the man had 2 children whilst he was married. So that is infidelity, cheating with an evidence. Your aunt could have just filed for divorce. Simple. The law permits separation.
So even with her divorce paper in Europe, she cannot do anything in Ghana.
No. Your divorce paper, your divorce certificate only works in Europe. It doesn't work in Ghana.
All right, it's good to know.
No, it doesn't work in Ghana.
So if that is what you say, then supposedly maybe I'm legally married to my husband here in America.
Yes.
And we have properties in Ghana.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And maybe one thing led to another. Maybe we decide not to be together again.
Yes.
Do I have a share in his property in Ghana?
If there's a proof under the law of alimony are properties acquired during the marriage. For example, you married me in 2000, the year 2000. Any property acquired in 2000, you have a share in it. So if you are in Europe and there's a proof of marriage in Europe, and there's a proof of an asset that is acquired in Ghana, you can do your best in having a share in that property in Ghana. That alimony by proof of marriage in Europe.
Okay. All right.
Do you understand?
Thank you.
Yeah, there's more to it. That's why you need to seek for counseling so that we take it. We can't see everything here.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. They've been married for so many years, and he got married legally to this woman, and literally she is taking over everything. And my aunt has just worked in vain.
No. We can work it out. Anything that was acquired whilst they were still married can be subjected as part of the alimony, unless otherwise the man proves something. If I say it now, people will learn it. You have to get behind the doors and I'll deal with it. I can help you out. I'm sorry. Right. I'm sorry I'm blowing my horn, but sorry, Abner. Sorry, Bell. I said it. I can help. The number is on your screen: 862-571-3950. When I finish, call me. We can solve it.
All right. Okay.
Once you have labored with the man and there's a proof of marriage at the time of acquisition, I can help you get your portion.
Okay. Because I think when they went to the Ghana court, what the husband also said is that after they separated, the lady, which is my aunt, she also went into another relationship.
Okay.
So he feels like he doesn't have to settle her in any way or
Sister, I'll help you. I will collect the property and share. Okay.
All right. Okay. Thank you. I'll be happy. Because the thing is, you know.
Oh, and yet.
Hello, counselor. Hello, counselor.
Yes.
Hello, counselor. Somebody is saying that, counselor, men, if you help them too much, they start misbehaving.
It's true. Everybody, when you help them too much, they will misbehave. But what do you call too much? As I'm sitting here, my last money is left with $200. If my wife sends me another $200, is it too much help? So what do you call too much? You have to define too much.
Please, then you can't. Please, I don't know your name, so you can't. Yeah, ask your.
It's good to be. It's good to be a helpmate to your husband. Help is good. Don't let him ask. If he asks, it's not help. If he asks, it becomes a demand. You are supposed to be a helpmate, not a command mate or a demand mate. If that's okay with you.
Because in this case, you have to advise men, because women, the way God created us, we are there to help men.
Yes.
You
are there to help husbands. Your help.
Okay, husbands. Okay.
It is a wife that must help a husband.
Your brother, you help your brother. If your brother is in need, you can help your brother.
That's your brother, but
so that's
husband.
Why I say men. Okay, husbands.
Yes.
Because what's the question? I understand that. It's true. Because some men, if you help them, they take you for granted.
Sorry, I apologize on their behalf.
Some men.
Yes. And it's not everybody, so it's just some men. So if your husband takes you for granted when you help them, find a way not to help him again. Somebody asked, so what of the man who borrow money from their wives and after divorce, can you claim your money? Yes. If you borrow money with an evidence, Lady Shine, if there is an evidence of borrowing, in your process of divorce, you are given the option to say whatever is there. So when you are submitting your divorce, tomorrow I'll teach it. There are things you write, and the man must answer to the request. Until they make up $40,000. Me money $10,000 last time. Me some money $40,000 in the quest of using for XYZ. The law will make sure that the man will pay for it. The law is sweet too. The law is sweet, Lady Shine. Emraya thereof. That's why the civil marriage is dangerous. If you are there near from Miami, Bakota, oh my God, it's too sweet.
Counselor.
Yes, my dear.
What advice will you give, or what advice do you have for people who lives in abroad that gets married to their husbands and wives legally, and mameka chido ho the kwambi so no wajai eni pakrono for years, so no wajai ni pakrono na wade ne nkrata abe ware or before from aba na dia mfa se ni pane beji aware ne boso a kwambe nso na wo se ni pana o ma ho kwan ma ye ja o bi oba na be ma no obetimi a kire se mini ni pana bre
the woman said only bear manete na only na bre aye japade bi na eban se bear man pese wuja wade no fa ne nkrata anko ware obi mbra entiase in a risk did he can a risk majotomas here and a nipo do kore na ban nkrata wade no ne koye ana opeso ware no ne tena a risk
because it so many we will how you know
Matthias here was it mommy no kure woman de bia me kan say ejapade aye ya ma ye ho kura hifa ne de ko edan crab mensa yesi yenda roofing sheet ba ko ase endi hwana obi ama we ndi boni memo bi enfo bi yawo so e ma unko di nsini ho a na ka wonye wa dwen da so be janya mesoma ko di nsini ho me ka de bia ne say emwa bia me iri di abo ama me di enya de menya me se me di na abro ojamia obeso nya sa ho di na yesa bi den ya na ye hwehwe enti eto de bia be ma na adwe ne se oje krata ndi akwa ni bafoforo enya hwe brebe ya na ni be ma brenya de bia me kase ye ni be ma embrenya be ma nya ma ye bedi na so kakra bia de aba be so na ase no ye nya ntiase odo wo ho me mfe bufuo enkonkoware se krata awade mpu a me mfe bufuo nkoye sa awade nyama bebre ho a ye ni obu ho na onu a wagya odada abaya bia ni kunu eye ntiase se omunye krata na be ma ntimi nkoware na oba ne nani afia awade nu dadada obeso ogu awade nti da be ma ne ka se jack no o ma ne divorce ye ko ba o se o ware ne bi ya kan bia
now why as you being a man of God aside your profession, is there any spiritual implication when one does that once the person is still married underground with the wife, but use the nkratano for before from?
There's no spiritual implication because our dear and sorry our
no, the person mentioned says so worry right?
So there's nothing.
Okay. All right. Okay.
There's nothing. Genuinely with God, there's nothing.
Okay.
Oh, my people, we've done our 3 hours of breaking the rules.
Okay, Counselor, please, you're done with. But Lady Shah also asked question. For my case, I made sure both of us signed a document.
Well, yes, people do that before they go for the dissolution. They sign a document that is not, it's meant for bringing somebody and blah, 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 blah. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to draw the curtains here. Tomorrow I'll continue and I'll come 5:30 again Ghana time and I'll come and finish for you. I'm so grateful you came to support me. Like my madam will always say, it's gifting time. Facebook, you did so well today. It's gifting time. Can you gift me as I close? Thank you very much. 3 hours of sitting. I need to stretch my spine. Madam, I'm sorry I will explain to you the importance of honeymoon tomorrow, my dear. I will do that. Thank you, Nana Marinchua. It's Facebook, BB. A lot of questions came. I'm sorry, today I didn't read there. My mind didn't come there, but I'll solve it tomorrow for you. Tomorrow we'll do life after divorce, and I'll give more answers. I'll do 1 hour, and then you do the next 1 hour with your questions. So let's do gifting as I bow out of the place. This was proudly brought to you by Ginger Honey Chips. Thank you very much for your support. Facebook, thank you very much for your support. Bell, thank you very much, Abna. You've done so well. When I see the two of you, I have more energy to teach. Thank you very much. So you can gift me if you want. And my numbers are boldly written on your screen. Please call me for any challenge, any problem, anything you want me to help you do. Treasure, call me after the show on 862-571-3950. Thank you, sweet. Thank you very much. Thank you. The gifts are coming. Thank you very much. Wow. Last time somebody gave me a car, Charlie. It's nice. I like the gifts that are coming. Thank you very much. Those on Facebook, you don't have gifts. Send me mumbo. Send me mumbo. Why? I want to see me candy diagram. Me diagram. Miss Ramon, I young mommy. I mean, yes. You can send me mumbo on 055. Empty and mumbo. Why? Thank you. Hey, I check way back my feel. Yeah, can't be bad the last time. Hey, and I did a pen number. I hope she's fine. I'll look for her. I'll call her. Thank you all very much once again. God bless you for being part of my show today. It's been yours truly, Counselor George Lutrots. I'm honored you came. Thank you for the gift, treasure. I'm honored. Thank you very much, Miriam. Thank you so much. We've learned a lot. We've learned a lot, and I've learned a lot too from you. Belle, thank you for your inputs. Thank you for your input. Efia, my love. Oh, Efia. Your pumpa no Janet Nahudi. And you. Treasure. Thank you so much. I'm honored. God bless all of you. And I promise you tomorrow, 5:30 on the dot, we'll be here to talk about love after divorce. And we'll talk about the process of divorce. Today I did how to get married civilly. I believe that we've learned a lot. Good night. Good morning. Good afternoon. May the Lord bless and keep you. May his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. Whatever battle you are fighting, may the Lord fight your battle for you. Whoever stands in the way to distort your move, whoever is bringing trouble to your doorstep, whoever is calculating evil for you, as you come together as a force, may the Lord delete them off your way. Whoever is paying you evil back for the good you have done, may evil never depart from their doorsteps. May the Lord, who is able to see our hearts, see your genuineness and bless you. You shall not die, but you will live and declare the works of the Lord. Anything that is destroying your happiness in marriage, may the Lord destroy it before it destroys you. Whoever is looking for a husband, whoever is looking for a wife, may the Lord bring you the right man, the right woman. May the devil not package any evil person to you. I pray for you that the Lord will heal any brokenheartedness in you. You might have trusted the man and you have lost the trust in the man. Don't lose trust in God. Hold on to God. He's the author and the finisher of your faith. It is well. It is well. It is well. It is well. No man deserves your life. Don't die in a dying relationship. Seek for help. God, there is hope at the end of the tunnel. The Bible says, in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. Try me and see. I might help you out of your troubles. I'm honored you came to use my facility. May God bless you. Good night. Till I see you again. You can call me and I'll help you. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Counselor, thank you very much. God continue to empower you more.
Amen.
Protection, strength, and long life.
I like the long life. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Well done. We love you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
But Counselor, please, can you inbox me your number?
Okay.
Your Momo number.
I'll do that for you right now. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I think, am I following you? Are you following me?
Yes, please.
Okay. Nana Sewa. I'll look for Nana Sewa. Thank you, Nana Sewa.
Okay, look for me.
I've seen the Momo already. Thank you for the Momo.
I have my special issue with you.
I'll deal with you for you.
Thank you very much.
I will help you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. God bless you. A good night.
We thank Mrs. Neutral. Thank you for leaving your sweet husband for us.
Somebody says I have a story to share. Tomorrow, come and let's share the story, please. Tomorrow, come and let's share the story tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll come at 5:30, okay? Thank you very much. Good night. Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Good
Efia,
night.
I miss you, Efia. I will dream about you. I'm chasing you with a machete.
God bless you.
class rep here say a suspect. So and then our boss enya or don here or yasa. I'd say. All right, good night. All right, those of you on Facebook, it's been lovely. It's been good time. 3 hours. My God, Charlie, this job is sweet. It's nice. BB, Charlie. Hey, I could see I will call you, counselor. Please call me. Call me, pa. 862-571-3950. 862-571-3950. Call me on WhatsApp and we'll do the justice together. Thank you so much. Kwesi. Sigana Castle, but the farmer 05555 055 no at the end of Facebook or what they make pinia to Hama 055 MTN mobile. What do I say? Edaho. Mami pini grant to an acquisi huna dear so yeah. The hands of a dear so yeah, acquisi. Well, Namano. Me pinia to good. And we are direct move. What I say? The pin in the manner to and young farm boy. Olivia, thank you so much. Far from okay. I will do Mumbo. Whoa, thank you, Olivia. Hey, again, and I'm here. Thank you, my girl. Thank you for your support. Love you so much. Thank you. We love you. Thank you for loving me. I love you all. Without you, the show will be boring. SS job. We will do the Mumu. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Echo, namande wo yemumo nintem yendin komo. Bibi says, did you tell her not to get pregnant? That's a good question. All right. So I'll see all of you again tomorrow. But remember that 12 midnight we have a prayer time. When you see the prayer, hit on it and start praying. It's a daily prayer. Remember, it will come 12 midnight. God bless you. I'll see you again. This was brought to you faithfully by Ginger Honey Chips. 862-215-2007. 862-215-2007. Today our topic was something else. Education has been put clear. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good night.
I hope you can hear the sound of what I'm chewing. It's nothing but it's Ginger Honey Chips. Ginger Honey Chips. Now in the United States of America. Everywhere you want. 862-215-2007. You can chew it like this. Or better still, put it on your cocoa, rice water, oatmeal. You can put it in your akpatashi, your whiskey, your brandy. Anything you want to put it on it. It's so nice. So nice. Oh my God. Ginger Honey Chips. 862-215-2007. 862-215-2007. It's your Ginger Honey Chips. Get one for yourself. $10, free to go. Enjoy yourself. Thank you.